Good evening. Well, today is Wednesday, so it's not really Friday night with WoW. It's actually Wednesday night with WoW. But then, there's something that I have to do like tomorrow, and also my guest has to do something for tomorrow as well. And also Friday, obviously, is a match day, where Feast is going to be playing in the Blitz Cup. So tonight, the guest is going to be Maddox, the leader of Feast, and Feast actually is the representative for the Asia server for 2 years in the Blitz Cup, 2018 and 2019. So obviously Feast is a very, very famous clan in the Asia server, and Maddox is obviously the famous leader of the Feast clan. So welcome, Maddox.
Hello there.
Yeah. So, well, so got some viewers here. So how are you doing lately?
I'm doing pretty good. Having some matches, tradings here and there, preparing for the games, on Friday and Saturday, obviously.
Right. Yeah, I'm very sure that you've been preparing a lot for the Blitz Cup, and obviously we're going to be here to see some exciting matches from you guys. Right. So, well, I mean, I do remember kind of you talking about a lot about Feast history. So I think for our viewers here, so would you like to kind of tell us about the history of Feast?
Okay. Well, it's gotta be a long story, but like,
Well, let's make it long.
yeah, sure. How long? How far should we go back? Should we go back when I created the clan, or when we played our first tournament?
Or maybe actually, let's start off with why did you play the game in the first place? That would be a good start.
Okay, yeah, sure. So back in my high school days, obviously everybody is playing games here and there, right? Like boys love to play games, right? So
that's a stereotype.
My classmate. So back in the days, my classmate introduced me into this game. So it was back when the Android release that came out just not long. So he was like, okay, this game is pretty cool. You want to give it a try? Like the tanks are pretty cool. Like the graphics are pretty cool. I looked at it and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Let me give it a go. How I started was it was because I want to play with my friends. Like just have fun, have a good few giggles here and there. But like as you know, like as people play games, they would sometimes get a bit bored.
Ooh.
And then just hop off and play other games instead, and that's what my friend did. So we played for a good half a year or so before my friend jumped ship into literally world warships instead.
Okay.
But I decided to stay around and just keep playing the game because I actually enjoyed it. Like genuinely enjoyed it back in the days, even though I wasn't the best player back then. Like I'm pretty sure everybody heard this would definitely know that. I grinded my first line, the 215V heavy tank with, I guess, a very horrible win rate. My win rate back then was below 50s. It was 48 or something, 47. It was below the whites for sure. But I gradually improved. Like, well, I was motivated to improve by my first clan that I created. So yeah, like, how I started Blitz was just basically my friend invited me and it's just like, oh yeah, let's go. So moving on to how I created my first clan is, well, when my friend jumped ship, right? Obviously, I need to find some new buddies to hang out with. So I went onto the forums. Back in the days, I was a forum regular. I just go onto the Asia server forums every day, and like. I talked to a lot of people. Like I'm pretty sure people remember 48 ton ruckus. Like there are lots of legends back in the forum days. Like they're all gone now, obviously.
Right.
But like they've done tons of stuff up in the forums. They've done so much in the forums that I just can't even remember anymore. But like that was my fault. My first thought was like I want to create a clan because that was when the clan system came out, right? Clan system came out at 2 point something, if I remember correctly. so I decided like, okay, I want to create a clan that's revolving around the forums, right? Because forum has such a big community, there should be a clan that
Yeah.
specifically holds players that are active in the forum, right?
Yes.
So that's why I did. I stepped up. I said to the forum guys that, okay, I want to create a clan for the forum guys. Anybody want to join me?
Oh, right.
And basically, very little players want to join me because back in the days my stats were horrible. Like I said, my stats were
Wow.
48% win rate, like $4,000, $5,000. Nobody would actually believe this kid here with a bright win rate would do anything with a clan like that, right? So
Yeah.
at the start, it was pretty rough at the start because like all I got was a few members here and there. But because back in the days there was no tournaments, there was actually not much expectations going on, so it wasn't much of an issue. So everything, but like creating my first community prompted me so it prompted me to try to improve my own stats first, like improve my own gameplay,
Right.
like because I know all these people in the forums, right? Like
Yeah.
hell, it like these people. I started platoon these guys now, like, and my stats start improving because now I learn more and more of the game. I learn people who are actually very very knowledgeable in the game, right?
Yeah.
Even though back in the day, days, I platoon my own classmate, my friend, my good friend back in the classmate.
Oh.
He has good stats as well. He left the game with I remember 53% win rate, while I'm still sitting down at below 40 something. So he's actually a pretty good player. But I learned a lot more from playing with the forum guys in the first community I created because I was really able to commit myself into that community. And it just feels a lot more comfortable playing with guys like, okay, yeah, this guy is our clan leader, man. We gotta teach him something here and there. Like I just learn things here and there, and I start to become better and better. Gradually, just like building my own gameplay while building my relationship with players here and there.
Yeah.
Like I was definitely a big nub, a big noob back in the days. Like I wouldn't be able to stand myself back in the days if you were talking to me now right now. So I would not be able to. I would not be able to stand my old self because back in the days I was really bad.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, same can
to
be
give some- to
said
give
to
some-
me.
to give some more context that how bad I was, I picked literally the worst line to grind, the 215B.
Is it really the worst line back in the days?
As a newbie, yes, because back in the days you don't have these boosters, you don't have these premium days for free or shit like that, right? So back in the days, you don't have ×5, you don't have ×3, all you get is ×2, and basically back in the days, you know how matchmaking is +2 -2, right?
Yeah.
And how the matchmaker would basically put you, like, for example, put the tank class matchmaking is just absolutely horrible back in the days. It would put you against medium tanks or even super heavies when you're like the only heavy tank in the team in the Kanav and pew pew pew, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense back in the
Oh,
days. So
yeah,
it was pretty tough. So to give some context about the stats, I ended up with the Black Prince. I ended up with Black Prince with 42% win rate over 200 battles, 43 or 44% win rate over 500 battles on the Kanavan, and 47 over 580 for the Conqueror. So it was pretty horrible, but like that was my first line, right? Granted that with my friend, my classmate, so it was still acceptable. Like as I started my first clan, I started learning. Oh, okay, you should be grinding the I7 first. Oh hell, I've been doing this thing wrong the entire time. So I've started grinding I7. I grinded 2x8. I started learn games here and there. Like T43 was my biggest. Was what taught me the most of things. I played so much battles in it. I became so good in it. Like it changed. I would say it sort of changed myself, how I progress as a player because of that tank. T43 was how I changed. So,
yeah, I mean, I also grind. The first time I ground is actually IS7 on the Asia server, and then it was IS7 itself, like the tier 10 IS7 itself, is not really that good, but then the line is somewhat forgiving. I mean, maybe the stock guns and the modules are not really, but it's kind of noob friendly line to grind for. And also, yeah, I you said about T43 being the tank that changed that changed you. I mean, personally, I have a tank that changed me as well, from like being a total noob to like being a better player. Not going to say I'm pro, but that's like the T28 in tier 4 for me. But yeah, I think everyone has like that tank in there.
Yeah, like everybody definitely has that tank that changed their own gameplay, but
Yeah.
for me, it's the T43.
Mm.
Well, that's like that's around the period like when I reached T43. That's around the period when I had my public my big exam for the university entrance.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know.
Like it's just everybody
It's daunting.
besides me.
It's
And I'm here playing games. Like, what the hell, man? So that's back when I also started my modding, and my that's back when I started my modding and Cerbot as well. So those were the two things that I started during the time that you had to grind the most into studies instead of playing games and starting your own casual projects. I was just not even paying attention to anything that I should be doing back then.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, kind of like studying for the public exam, kind of like study for like the entire day without any period of like a break. I mean, that's not possible. I do sometimes kind of like relax myself with some kind of games and also like casual stuff, you might say.
Yeah, like even back in the days, my parents basically say that, okay, you can't play anymore. I'm just gonna take away your phone, take away your computer.
Oh, yeah.
You're not playing shit. You're not playing shit from here on in until you finish your exam. So guess what I did? I snuck in. I snuck in my parents' room, took the phone, and I got the IS3 Defender.
Ah.
Naughty
kid.
And yeah, like okay. I mean,
man.
that's all right. So, but okay. The IS3 Defender is actually another tank that changed me as a player as well, because that's like my first premium tank that I ever got. So, obviously, having that first premium tank is very, very strong because it just grinds you credits here and there, and I just start spamming IS Defender, and it taught me a lot more as well. So the T43 and the IS3 Defender is these two are arguably the two tanks that changed me the most. Even like obviously I started playing more and more after the exams, but like these two tanks, even till this day, I would still look back and say, okay, these two tanks are the tank that changed me. There's no other tank that would have changed me as much as these two tanks.
No.
Because like if I take a look at my numbers, I've played 2,185 battles in my Defender, and 1,400 battles in the T43.
Oh yeah.
And those are like two out of the top 5 tanks I have played over my career. Like there's no tank that can match the tanks that really changed me, to be honest. Like the change is definitely there. Like I went from a white win rate player all the way to, well, I guess by the time tournament started, it was around 53, 54, I guess, somewhere around that.
Right.
Like it's definitely not amazing numbers, but now it's something you can expect something from a player like this, right? It's not going to win you any online qualifiers, right? Like it's definitely not going to go that far, but like, and that's why and sort of why nowadays I don't really look too much beyond the stats in you want to apply for Feast. Like I really care more about your willingness to improve as a player, and your actual communication, right?
Yeah.
So like that sort of goes into my actual team itself, right? Like the process, how I improved myself, taught me a lot of things.
Yeah. But before we
So
go into kind of why you started Feast in the first place, kind of like a digression from Zar Khan, asking what is your opinion on the T-34-1? I think it was the tier
um
7 tank, Chinese medium.
the tier 7 Chinese medium.
Yeah,
Okay. I remember playing that tank.
yeah.
I forgot how I actually did it. Did I even have a stats in it?
But you
Okay,
remember?
no, I actually don't
Like
have.
this.
I actually don't have stats in it. Okay, that's embarrassing. Um,
Oh, it's fine.
I guess a T-34-1 is a decent tank. Like it reminds me. Looking at the tank itself, it reminds me of a T-43. Obviously, I never actually played it, so I can't really say much for
Mm.
myself.
Mm.
But the tank itself is definitely reminds me a lot about a T-43. Like not well, obviously nowadays tier 7 and tier 8 meta had changed a lot, right? But
Mm.
it just reminds me so much about T-43. Obviously the numbers resembles a bit the 3 and the 4. It's there, right? But like the gun, I think the gun is also pretty resembling.
Mhm.
It has I think it has a similar gun to T-43 as well. So it definitely like it can definitely learn you something, but not as much as what you would expect. Like because back in the days, the matchmaking is a lot more. Well, the meta, at least the meta, is a lot more forgiving. There's no tanks like Tankenstein. Well, actually, Tankenstein was there,
Oh,
but there's no tanks like the
Lycan.
Dracula. There's no tanks like the Lycan. There's no tanks
Smasher.
like the Smasher. Obviously, there's no Smasher back in the days. There's no what was this? What was this tank that I absolutely hate facing with the T-43?
Lupus.
No. Well, obviously the Lupus actually did affected a lot.
KV3. I don't know. Back in the day.
KV3 was actually okay. Back KV3 was
Okay.
actually okay because back in the days KV3 armor wasn't that good.
Ah.
It was actually they buffed the armor of KV3 at some that they made it so good right now. So back in the days KV3 armor is absolute trash. So it was
Okay.
actually that much of an issue for a T-43. But what was the tank that I absolutely hate facing in T-43?
SU-152. I don't know.
No, S152 is alright because it's you can easily pen it. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't that bad.
I mean, except the dirt
Uh,
gun, which can be a pain.
Let me quickly look it up because I remember that there's a tank that I really hate facing the T-43
Black.
before I
weird.
absolutely stopped playing it altogether.
Ah.
It wasn't that. It could actually be the Helsing though.
Helsing. Oh, interesting choice. I mean, I think it's actually Bushka's. It's ranked by Bushka's as the most OP tank at one point. I think. I believe.
Like I definitely don't like fighting against Helsing.
Yeah, no. Helsing is.
And not to mention back in the days you don't have tier 8 that you can't pen at all, right? Like KV4
yeah.
I could still pen the KV4 with T-43 if you aim carefully, but nowadays you got tanks like 252U.
Oh no.
Like
The
the
house is
IS-5,
broken.
even the IS-5 wasn't there back then.
Oh yeah,
Even
yeah.
the IS-5 I have trouble penning it with a T-43 because like the T-43 has very low pen.
Yep.
But it really taught me a lot about ammo,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
because you had to start using ABCR. Because back in the days I only got Defender as my only premium tank, so I had to
Yep.
be very very careful about what ammo I use. Like but yeah, like the T-34-1 reminds me a lot about that. Like
Mm.
not the best tank nowadays obviously, but like it definitely can teach you a thing or two about how to use your tank, like how to use your armor, how to use your ammo, because your penetration is actually bad. Like it definitely teaches you a lot with a tank like a T-34-1 or a T-43 or even LTTB. You know, like all these tanks with a low penetration, high rate of fire guns. These teaches you a lot about how to use the tank itself because you have to rely on your mobility to do good, and sometimes you rely on just like that split second reaction. Okay, I'm gonna use APCR right here. I'm gonna press ABCR now and shoot it. and make sure I aim at the correct spot with that ammo. Otherwise, I'll just bounce, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how do I think about the T-43 in the end? It resembles a lot of T-341. Actually, let me rephrase that again. What do I think about a T-341? It resembles a lot to the T-43 and tanks like LTTB. We have to actually use your brain for a second
Yeah.
to do good in it. So that would be my impression about the tank.
I see. Oof, that was a long one to tell. But let's get into the main.
I mean, it builds up the story. It builds up the story, right?
Yeah, it builds up. Yeah, really well. The main meat of this stream is going to be the main dish. About feast. Why do you create that clan in the first place?
I mean, well, back in I already talked about the clan I created for forum, right? It was back in the days it was called Shaft. It was under a different name. Shaft. Shaft. Obviously, there's a hidden meaning there. I'll leave for you guys to discover that.
No.
But,
unless you're talking about that, which is
yes, exactly what you're thinking about. So let's not talk about that on the street. But it wasn't intended that to be. It was just
okay.
It was
A random name.
It's a random name that has forum tankers in it. So I think that's what the F in the T means, right? So it was.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good connotation. Yeah.
So so whenever I try to name the clan, I try to name it somewhere that it makes sense. Like for example, Feast, right? Is like Folklore of the East. Like it makes.
Yeah.
So the F stands for Folklore of the East is the East, right?
Yeah.
So I try to make some meaning out of the names I try to make. So I don't just go like, oh, Feast is a good name, let's take that name. Nah, I do put some thought in the names itself.
Me too.
But I did so I just try to make sure that it doesn't look too out of place, out of everywhere, but still have a fun name to go with. But back in the days, with Shaft, it was really just me and a bunch of random guys from forums just chilling around, because there was no strong players in the clan, right? Like there's a bit of strong players, but they would come and go, because there would be better clans than Shaft back in the days. Like you can find them everywhere in Asia back in the days. Better clan than Shaft. So there's this clan called Cats. Pretty sure everybody knows who Cats is.
Yeah.
So what happened back in the days was, when we created Shaft, we decided to create an alliance between Shaft and Cats. Well, it was just really just it was just there to show. It was not really doing much until the tournaments come. So obviously I had to move. I have times where I moved to Cats, play with those guys a bit, come back to Shaft. And this family and the family between Shaft and Cats did build a bit, but it was really a one-sided thing that really benefited more Shaft than it benefited Cats. So in the end, the alliance was called off. But that was right before, that was somewhere along the lines around the first Twister Cup that happened. So yeah, like that was around the first Twister Cup when ID took the throne, right? We were still playing drama with Cats, it was still hectic, because we're nowhere near a proper clan to begin with.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we broke up with Cats. Okay, what do we do now? Okay, so now there's some Cats players that want to come over with Shaft and do something with us. So okay, yeah. And then they didn't come to Shaft directly, but they went to a clan called RW, which is basically gone by now, which doesn't exist anymore now.
Yeah.
They went to a clan called RW. And they were like, oh, there's this new tournament coming up, and they asked us, and those guys was basically like, you guys interested to join? I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go, let's give it a go, because when the first Twister Cup came around, I was trying so hard to try to scramble a team. I was like, come on guys, it's a Twister Cup, guys. You can go to offlines. Why don't you join us? Come on guys, wake up, get active. Let's go play some tournaments. But nobody responded to call, so we basically didn't even participate into the tournament. But like but like actually, there's somebody inviting me to a tournament. Okay, let's give it a go, right? So I rally up the guys in Shaft that are interested in tournaments, which actually included Bifrost. Bifrost was with us. It was already with me back in the day, so Bifrost was already there.
Are you here?
Um,
Are you here, Bifrost, watching this?
I'm not sure, but like he was already there back in the days. There's also I think Raven was there as well.
Raven.
Raven was our first Twister Cup team that we actually pushed 2018. He was back. He was there. He was there with us very long time.
Right.
He was recruited along the same time with Bifrost, which was like two random players that joined the clan for no reason. But like but like by then we sort of like, okay, tournament is here. I want to sort of build a tournament clan, right? Then we started to try our players here and there. Let's start building a tournament team. But it was that opportunity at RW that gave us that we just tried to step it up and try to be the first, play our first tournament actually. So it was Raven was there.
Right.
There was also Aki, who everybody should know as F Silva.
Ah,
So
F Silver.
F Silva. Actually, no. F Silva wasn't there back then.
Then.
He wasn't there just yet. He was in Cats.
All right.
But he wasn't there in the wasn't there in the RW team with us just yet.
Okay. I see.
If I remember correctly, it was some other players, but it was we had a very we had a very simple I guess 50% of our team in it was a 2017 New Year's tournament. It was a very small tournament. Nobody would remember it. I remember it a lot because that was our first tournament that we actually stepped into it, preparing for it. I can even remember the maps we played on. The first map we played against was EXP, a Japanese clan that was in the blues, in the blue raids back in the days, and we played on the old Dead Rail.
Oh no!
Was it even Supremacy? No, it wasn't even Supremacy.
Encounter.
Yeah, it was Encounter.
Oh.
At that time, they're trialing Supremacy a bit, but they weren't actually pushing into tournaments just yet.
Yeah.
But there was Supremacy. So that tournament was when they had the old Dead Rail and the new Dead Rail at the game at the same time.
Oh,
if
really?
You remember that?
I forgot.
Yeah. So they actually put the old Dead Rail and the new Dead Rail in the same tournament. And I remember that because I actually played on that. We played both maps there. So the first map was against EXP, the Japanese clan in the blues, with in the old Dead Rail, and we absolutely smashed them 2-0. And we were like, hell yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
And the next team was I remember Top. It was a Chinese clan that nowadays is in the top name, right? The Top.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
So nowadays Top is a Chinese clan that is very high up.
Yeah.
But back in the days, there was still like there also, I think there was in the more to the deep green to the blues. I think we also did 2-0 them. So that was on the new Dead Rail with Supremacy.
Right.
So I remember that exactly because I remember playing on both old and the new Dead Rail at the same day.
I see.
So like that was like we played both the same day. Like it was just very easy to remember, and we 2-0 and obviously everybody's excited to keep going. And then here comes a random Japanese team that just slapped us 1-2.
Oh.
And then we got kicked out of the tournament.
Good run
like,
though. That was a good run.
Like back in the days, back in the days things were very messy. Like there was no established real leader except ID. Like even ID wasn't in that. I think ID was in that tournament as well. So it was really just a bunch of teams just mashing together, trying to see who's the better team. So that was our first tournament experience.
Right.
So that was our first tournament experience. And I'm pretty sure that was like I even had that recorded and I just watches it back time to time when I feel like, okay, I need some motivation. I think I need some motivation to go watch some of our old VODs, see how we played back in the days and compare how we played nowadays. Like I just love to watch our legacy back, right? You know?
Yeah.
And which is why I love talking to you about these stories and here and there. So yeah, like, so that's basically how we started our first tournament. It was a good run, um, and it sort of, you know, give us motivation into playing tournaments, right? So in the end, the RW guys was merged into Feast. Well, that was when I when I disputed the name was. So that actually there's a small drama between me and Wargaming here. When I changed name to Shaft to Feast. So what I did was, okay, uh, I told support that okay, Shaft is a bad name because it has that specific meaning in his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, support, can you give me a free name change? And they were like, yeah, sure, okay. Um, and I remember I gave them a different name at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Let me remember what was the name. It was actually I don't actually remember the name
Oh.
that I gave them. But what happened was the when I checked the name whether it's available or not, it wasn't. It was available to
Yes.
anybody to use because it was not registered at all.
Right.
But between the interval when I sent that ticket, that I said, okay, I want this name, to the ticket that the support actually sees the ticket, somebody, I don't know who, somebody took the clan name,
Oh.
and support was like, okay, somebody took this name already. You can't use the name. I was like, what the hell? What? I was always very furious back then.
Yeah.
Like, I was really really emotional player back then.
Yeah.
I
I
was
know, right?
easily I'm very emotional back then. Even a lot nowadays. But like I was like back in the days, like I would go crazy. I was crazy when I heard that I can't use that name, right?
Right.
So I was like why can't I use his name? I registered it first. The ticket was I sent the ticket before he registered a name. Why can't I have that name? He was like, no, we can't. We can't do this. You gotta find another name. And they just banned my account because I was like because I was banned. So I was instantly banned with the reason of clan tag violation because I had not settled a proper clan tag with the support.
Ah.
So I was like, okay, I just literally. So immediately I brought this to the forum. I was like, this is totally unacceptable. I gave them the name first, right? And then like nobody really responded because like who was Maddox, right? Nobody knows who I am,
Yeah.
right? Back in
Yeah.
the days.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, sure, like. But in the end, we settled with Feast. Like we took a bit of time to come with Feast.
Right.
It took me a while though because there's really not many good names out there that I could use
Yeah.
without trying to without being already taken, right? So
Yeah.
it took me a while to come up with Feast, and luckily Feast was not taken, so everything went smoothly, and my account got unbanned, and that was when we started more tournaments from there on in.
Right.
So we brought in the RW guys that we played before into the team, and from there on we just start trying to build ourselves as a team, as a tournament team, just grinding here, grinding there, grinding the bronze series, grinding the silver series. Oh, we can't do the gold series because it was touch only, and most of our team most of our members, including me back in the days, was using PC. So back in the days we were still hanging around the realms of bronze and silver, where we win some team and lose to some team and win some team and lose to some other team. Like it was a hell of a grind back in the days. Because there's no trade. I think there was no training room still. Well, there was a train. I think there wasn't training room just yet.
Okay.
I actually forgot. Actually, there might be training rooms already, but there was not. There's no culture of asking teams to scrim back in the days. Like, so there was no teams actually training against each other, not even at the lowest level. So like, it's really this ain't even dawn on us that this is even possible. Like, so like back in the days we just go in tournaments after tournament after tournament just to grind out games, just to get credits, pimp out our tanks, start grinding for new tech trees, because when it comes to a new tournament team, the biggest issue is that, oh, you don't have the tanks. Sorry about that. You can't win, right? Because back in the days, if you don't have the 140s, you don't have the IS7s, you're gonna lose for sure, right?
Yeah.
So we spent our time grinding the tanks here and there, like getting the meta tanks ready, pimped out, Um, but yeah, like it was a hard, it was a long grind. We met. I remember meeting ID, meeting a few teams like ID, EHR back in the Silver Series.
Ah.
But that was a lot closer to present. It was 2017, if I remember correctly. Well, because we started 2017, right? So it took us half a year grind to get to the Twister season of that year. So obviously teams like ID, EHR, ND was there as well. 101 AD, like all the big names showed up in Gold Series because you need to have a Gold Series. You have to win Gold Series to get a championship ticket to go to Twister 17, if I remember correctly. So that was a really strange system back then. But I didn't really care because we don't have the touch, right?
Yeah.
So we can't really play there. So what we did back then was we just try to see, we just try to join some silvers, join some bronze, like you just try to make some presence in the tournament scene, and we came across ID. ID at that time they went inactive right after Sister 16. So what happened was Sister 17 it came in very rusty. So we met them in the silver tournament, and we were like, shit, it's ID. We certainly gonna lose, right?
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah.
like because you know right? ID was the big dog, right? The big name, the big like the team that went Twister 16. They went to the offlines, man. Would you imagine that you're facing against a team that went to the offlines? No, right?
No.
Like, and you're definitely not gonna be expecting to beat a team that went to the offlines, as a team that just go grind in the bronze and silver series, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure most of the team would have that expectation that they won't be beating. But surprise, surprise, we 2-0 them in Castilla.
Oh, Castilla.
And back in the days, Castilla was actually arguably our best map in the pool. Because,
right.
Because why? Why? Because it was still it was not a new map for sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of being in the tournament map pool, the meta there back then it was really like I would say bad, I guess. That like because you don't have the projector, you don't have much gun depression tanks or much.
You
don't have light tank. You don't have tier 10 light tanks back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing you can really do is a medium. So mediums was very accessible back then. So everybody has STB, everybody has 140. We're like, okay, we bring the STB. I'm driving the STB. Like I know I'm a bad player, but like I could drive a tank to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So like it was also the best in the map pool because it was like back in the days the meta was pretty simple. I should say. Like compared to nowadays, like the meta has changed a lot.
Yes.
It is like nowadays it's a lot more diversified. Back in the days, it's like you're not gonna stray away from this small pool of tank choice. IS7, mouse, 140, STB, and then a TD, and that's about it. You're not gonna stray away from that sort of lineup. Even Twister 18 was sort of the same. It was really at Twister 19 that thing started to shake up a bit more. So Twister 2017 we faced ID.
Yeah.
We 2-0 them. They were still trying to use their bad, like their 2016 meta, and obviously it didn't work against us because like we knew what we have to do to win in the game. And we were playing the sneaky rotations and here and there. We're like back in days, like we've grinded so much within half a year, we really sort of grasps the idea of rotation and stuff really. And even to add into the arsenal, we got Jackie Mark, who joined us just right before we met ID. So it was I remember that was like I think it was a trial or something. We were like trialing Jackie Mark in a team, so I call him Jackie nowadays. But
Jackie, yeah.
like he, so we know that we know that he can play. So we tried to put him in TD role, and he literally just carried us against ID. I think he did a 5K against ID. Because we were playing very fast rotations. Once we know where the hell they are. So our team were just pumping out damage here and there. And we were like we were very pumped up beating ID. Like able to win them like that, right?
Yeah.
So after that, so after that we finished ID, we won the ID, and then we come across EHR, which came to be the champions of
Oh yeah,
Twister
yeah, yeah.
17. But the catch here is EHR got 2 teams, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
EHR sent 2 teams in Twister 17. It was their
Second team, I think.
second team. It was their second team that actually went into offline, not their first team.
Yeah, for some reason.
And
I thought that the first team is better. I don't know.
yes, it's actually very strange. I have no idea why, but like it somehow is their second team that won.
Yeah.
Like I did watch the games of 2017.
Yeah.
I obviously I did watch 16, but like I didn't have much memory because it was cast by Bushcare, right? Like
Yeah, cast by not quite
like,
popular on YouTube or
by,
stuff like
by
that.
no
yeah.
means Bushcare is not a bad commentator, but he hyped things up a lot, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like back in days, like back in 2016, because things was like just only rush. It was in that realm. Whoever gets the top hill, they win. Whoever wins the top hill, they win, because it was just 140 rush.
Right.
And a single I7, right? So I wasn't really interested in Twister 16, but Twister 17 got me a lot more into it, because the meta back then, meta there was actually a lot more evolved. There was supremacy, right? I think that was when there was supremacy there. Yeah, so it was supremacy. There was more tank choice. It was just not medium spam anymore. Like,
Right.
It just prompted me more interest. But so 17 was, and then we met EHR right before their first team. Actually, we met their first team.
Okay.
In a silver series, and it was, I think it was a 1-2. We lost 1-2.
Oh.
I think it was a 1-2, or was it a 2-0? I think it was a 2-0 that we lost. Let's just treat it as 2-0. But the takeaway here is I threw one of the games very badly, but we could have easily won that game. I threw that it was I think it was a 2 versus 2 clutch. And then it was in Canal. It was a 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3 clutch. I was driving STV.
Right.
It was I was about to kill a tank.
Yes.
And I whiffed that shot so badly. And that from there on in that game, I was just not even showing up anymore. I was like, I was playing so badly that game that I whiffed the most important shot that almost won us the game. Because it was a 1-shot IS7. I was in STV.
Yeah.
It was down there at Swamp. I was up there in the next to C Cap. I was watching him from above, so I was trying to shoot down on him, and I hit my teammate. So I hit my teammate's corpse, and the shot was just, I was almost about to hit the enemy, and guess what? If I wasn't using auto aim on my PC, that wouldn't have happened. So it was the auto aim. I was using auto aim on PC. I was being lazy. So what happened was that the shot, because PC auto aim does a bit of leading for you, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was the leading made the shot. Basically, what happened was the leading that it led onto my tank, my teammate's corpse, and I shot into my teammate's corpse instead of the tank itself. So that shot through the game, obviously, and then we lost the game. So, like that game was where I was like, okay, that was so close, guys. I just and that was a meme. There was a bit of a meme back then. I was being like definitely a meme.
Yes.
Being as the clown was like a bit meme here, like mad, like you threw the game, like what a meme shot, like don't blame on me, right? Like yeah, but that really prompted me to try to improve myself as a player as much as possible. That was my second motivation after creating a clan, right? If I wanted, I really want to be good at clan wars. Like I wasn't like when we win ID, we lose to EHR. We never knew that. I never thought of lifting trophies or like going to offline tickets or anything. All I think was just I want to get better, and then I want to do something. Being a tournament player,
right?
That was and losing to EHR gave me more motivation than I would say the same amount of motivation gain on both sides. like winning ID and losing to HR gave me a lot of motivation just to continue onto the grind, because I knew that okay, I'm on the correct track. I'm just missing that little bit, right? I'm just missing
Yeah.
a little bit before I'm actually able to push it further. So the grind continues, obviously. And then everybody knew Feast. I think everybody started to know what Feast is already, because we beat ID. We made so many. Well, like we tried to. I was so hardcore because I was already studying university. Everything was very chill. So I was basically attending every single tournament I could attend. So
I see.
it was just basically me just hard grinding tournaments. I was showing up to basically every single tournament. Teammates would change, obviously, but I would be the one who just show up every tournament, try to call for it, try to make strats. Like I was just hard grinding that tier 2 level, like, right? Like you can always have the tier 1, tier 1 guys fighting up there, fighting in their own realm, and I'm here tier 2 grinding, just making sure I'm getting better and I'm bringing my team up as well, right?
Yeah.
So, like the grind continues for a bit, and then spring season came.
Yeah. That
It was
2018.
spring season 2018.
Aye.
So, what pisses me off the most
Mm-hmm.
is that every single region except Asia has the professional tournament.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there's professional
Knew that.
camos already. There's also clan logos. That was
Oh,
the most
yeah.
interesting part.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember.
the reason why I started Feast, the biggest goal I want to achieve with Feast was to get the clan logo for Feast.
Yes.
And can you imagine how furious I was when I
Yeah.
realized that Asia's not getting a professional tournament, and there was no clan logo for the Asian teams. I was like, oh man, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like I made another fuss for that on the Asian forums just because of that again. Even Twister 18, I was like, I was asking Rexy, he was like, hey man, can you give me a clan logo or something? Like and he said, no, can do. Okay, yeah.
And also deleting 10,000 words of ranting behind the scenes.
Like there's a lot of ranting behind the scenes. Actually,
Yeah.
no. When 2018 came, I wouldn't say I was a bit more mature, but I was just like, I wasn't ranting as much
Yes.
about what wargaming does, because I realized that wargaming is just okay. I'm never gonna change them. If they want to do that, let them do it. Like really, like loot boxes wasn't a thing just yet. But like hell, I don't really think wargaming would have changed even by crying as loud as I could, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, sure, right? Like obviously, I was very sad to hear that there's no professional tournament for Asia. There's no
Custom clan
no
logos.
camo for Asia. There's no clan logo for Asia.
Yeah.
I was sad. I was feeling a bit sad, but we still went ahead with it, right?
Yeah.
There was still a tournament for Asia, but it was a lot smaller scale.
Yeah.
It was called I think it was called the Spring Season Championships.
Mm.
Yeah, it was called Spring Season Championships. So what happened is so the teams there was there's each obviously already broke up a bit. Their team was never like the biggest issue with Asian teams is that somehow every Twister winner
Mhm.
before 2018,
Yeah.
after they, or not even just Twister winner, most of the teams that participate the Twister Cups
Yep.
dissolves immediately after the tournament.
Oh.
They just never
Sad.
exist. They just cease to exist ever again. And I just never understand why people would do that. So that tournament, the Spring Season tournament
Mhm.
there was some notable names like Nup. Nup was back in the days one of the better clans. Like they have the personal skills. They have everything going for it. Like I would say I would go as far as to say even back in Twister 17, they were sort of one of the top contenders already.
Right.
But I can go as far as to say that tournament, they were like they're like in form just to stop anybody.
Mm.
And that tournament has XR as well, the second runner up for Twister 17.
Yeah. Was it the first
There's
runner-up?
also
I think it's the first runner-up.
the first runner-up. Was it? I
I think
forgot.
so.
Like,
I think
it
so.
was it was definitely a top team in the
Yeah.
season 17.
Yeah.
Um, there was also Andy. That was also, I think it's number 4, coming in number 4. But they
Right.
brought in 2 teams.
Mm.
So so it was. So what happened was there was they brought in 2 teams, a bit of a mix of EHR team as well.
Yeah.
Because EHR is already a goner by then. So
Oh, yeah.
there's only like there's also I think there's also PLZ. There's also a few other Japanese teams that I remember back in the days was very big. Like they were all there, and it was a really stacked tournament. And we got a bracket that we feel like, okay, we're gonna beat XR soon, and surely we're gonna lose somewhere around there, right? Because when you
Yeah.
see XR, you see a 17 runner up, you gotta be like, okay, that's gonna be where we stop. That if we reach that stage, I'm gonna be very happy about our results. And that tournament went out pretty well. We actually didn't face XR because XR got beaten by another Japanese team
Oh.
that's actually in the tier 2 as well, same as us. It was Act 1. It was Act 1, not
Act
Tier
1.
because
Oh
they
yeah,
were
I heard of it. Yeah. Act 1.
Act 1. So they've been grinding in tier 2s for a long time, like Feast. So even though they've dropped off a lot since nowadays,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like now, like back then they were like one of the hardest grinders alongside Feast, just to be better and better, right?
Yeah.
So Act 1 beat XR, and we have to face Act 1. And it was best of 5 games, so we won Act 1. We went on to meet another team. We beat that as well, and then we advanced to the semifinals already. I think that was already semifinals.
Right.
So we go in and meet ND. So it was their, not sure it was a better team or not. Like, but it was definitely one of the teams. Because ND set up 2 teams, right? So
Yeah.
it was one of the ND teams, and we also beat them.
Oh,
I
nice.
I already forgot the exact scores, but it was pretty swift. We didn't really break a sweat winning those.
Right.
So it was pretty, like everybody was prepared for it, like because we already had like a dedicated tournament team just for the tournaments right now already.
Yeah.
At that stage, like I was there hyped up. I was there doing strats, doing calling every day of the week. I'm just like I'm at that time I was as hungry as I could be, just to try to absorb knowledge and try to go as high as I can. So like I just couldn't, like there's nothing stopping me. Basically putting that to just improve, because when I see anything, when I lose a game, I would go so deep into just seeing how we lost that game, and sometimes even over interpreting it, and just go like, okay, even though we did this correctly, we still need to fix this because this is not acceptable. Like I'm going as far as that, like back in the days. Like I'm just crazy. I'm crazy enthusiastic about all these stuff. And we won ND, so it was the finals where we met Nub. So it was the Asia Silver Finals.
Yeah.
It was best of 9. Holy hell! My first best of 9, my first ever best of 9 in my career.
Yeah.
And that was grueling as heck.
Yeah.
So the first 2 maps we traded blows. We took one each for the first 2 maps. It was Castilla first map. I forgot what was the second map. But that really doesn't matter because
you won.
We trade blows first 2. The first 2 maps we trade blows. We got 1-1 for each map.
I see.
So we entered the 3rd map with a score line of 2-2. Well, that's still alright, right?
Yeah.
But what happened on the 3rd map was Canyon.
Oh, Canyon.
What happened on, and Canyon, is that really annoying of a map, and because it's such an annoying of a map, we really I hate playing on Canyon no matter what. No
Yeah,
matter no matter whoever says whatever, I hate playing on Canyon back in the days. Even now,
I see.
if every team wants me to play Canyon, I'll just strangle myself instead of playing Canyon. It's just it's just I wouldn't say it's bad map design, but it's just that I just did not like the map at all. I don't know why. But it was Canyon, and that map we lost 2 games. We lost both sides.
Oh
So
no.
it was so obviously it started 2-2, and now it became 4-2.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
So because of best of 9, so now Nup have a match point. And we have to start calling it back, right? It's gotta be the
Yes.
grind back to the match point and here and there. So it would be the next map is NATO Frontier.
Mhm.
NATO Frontier back then, it was an alright map for us.
Yep.
I was confident in what I'm doing. Like it was there was still it was still drop here and there, right? Against tier 2 opponents, but like I've certain amount of confidence that okay, this should work if I do it correctly. So we got back the first one,
Mm.
but the second one, one of our teammates, I'm not gonna mention the name anymore. I'm not gonna mention the name because
Okay.
it really was a disrespect from me to him, and I feel like I do owe him a bit
I
for being
see.
a bit disrespectful.
Right.
So I'm just gonna respect I'm gonna respect him here, and I'm not gonna mention his name.
Ah.
But if he's listening right now, I'm just gonna be honest and say sorry, I guess. But yeah, it was he was driving an IS4,
Mm.
and we were I think I'm not sure if we got it was it I think we knew what we're doing. I know what we need to do, and he basically what he did was he pushed out in front of 2 mouses, triggered a counter reaction from Nub's side, and basically everything just went downhill from there
Oh dear.
because he just triggered because he pushed, right. He
Yeah.
just triggered because if you don't support your team while they're pushing, it's just gonna be one free tank and it's gonna land start from there.
Yeah.
And what we had to do was we had to force support it even when we knew that he did the wrong thing, and and you know, and even if your teammate did wrong, you had to really support him. Otherwise, it would just be he dies, everything landslides, and you lose. So
Yeah.
even if that moment you can't save a teammate, you still want to see how much you want to get out of that situation. So
Mhm.
I had we like regardless of whether he won that fight or not, we had to really step up
Yeah.
to follow him up.
Yeah.
Like if you don't follow the teammate up, he's gonna die for free, right?
Yeah.
So what I did that time was I made the call, like you have to guys help out, we need to help because he's already getting pushed by mouse already. The second mouse came in, he's 1 versus 2. We need to help him out, guys.
Huh.
And eventually we lost that match. It was so the score was 5-3. We lost.
Ah.
And that's that match was really salty because of I there was no instruction about that push, like I exactly knew what I knew what exactly we need to do to win that game,
Mhm.
and it was just that he threw the game and I was really pissed about it. So
Mhm.
what I just I really I guess mistreated him
I see.
in some sense,
I
and he
see.
just left the clan. And he basically, but what he did basically was he left. He basically stopped responding to us, stopped coming into tournament, and he just left the clan a bit later.
Ah.
Um,
I see. I see.
so that didn't end up well, like I
Mhm.
guess, but I did learn a lot from that tournament
Right.
because like this was really the first time we go that far
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
distance,
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
of 9, like and really push that far as well, right?
Yeah.
You can't really it's really best of 9s are really hard to fight. Even
Yeah.
Twister 19, our best of 9 fight was well, I was sweating by the end of the best of 9, even against E7. So
Yeah.
you could imagine how stressed out I was after that best of 9 against Nub,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially coming in as the underdog. Like never had any proper professional experience, never had any long games experience because the longest one we had was best of 5.
Yeah.
and that was not even that long, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
best of nines games are really, really, really long. I don't know how I can stress that. And there's no break as well. Like
No.
it's just 2 minute break, and you gotta go run to the next map. So it's really a test of like how of your of the team's like how long they can last. Like
Uh-huh.
your how do you call it? I forgot how you call that. Uh, I guess it's some sort of a stamina test.
Oh
How
yeah.
long you can hold on to the games,
Yeah.
because once you let the gas go, you just gonna fall short, right?
Yeah.
So our first best of nine, I was like, hell, I don't really want to do best of nines anymore. Like it gave me a bit of a nightmare, because like it's just so long.
Yeah.
So after spring season, obviously we keep grinding, because like we knew that as a team we have to grind, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to get good as a team, the best way is just to grind as a team. If you can rally a team up and play tournaments today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then you would do it. Like even if it means that you have like if you're really passionate about tournaments, you would really go ahead and do it. And I was really that passionate about tournaments, and I would just go into every single tournament I can find.
Yeah.
I would just go in, like, team, come on me, join this tournament, let's go.
Mm.
And I'm not even giving my team a chance to say no. Like you're coming,
Yeah.
you're not gonna say no, just come. You
Right.
don't say no.
Yeah.
So that's how our grind keep continuing, um, until Twister 18.
Mm.
Like so that's basically how our first a year and a half went,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Oof. Yeah.
that's a long one.
Really long. Really long. Yeah. I thought you were going to say something about 2018, 2019 as well. But...
I'm about to, but if there's any questions from
Oh,
anybody,
questions.
I'll put a small break here, you know.
Small break.
Just
Okay,
let everybody
good, good,
catch
good.
up, you know.
Yeah, because I got some questions here. Um, yeah, because someone asked, how would you rate your performance comparing to the offlines? I mean, let's say in this way, which I don't really fully understand that question. Do you think EHR had a better run than probably you guys have in the offlines?
Mm, if well, it depends on which offline you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you talk about our first offline run, obviously EHR did a. If you talk about Twister 18 run,
Yeah.
EHR obviously had a better run
Mm-hmm.
from their perspective, because they were fighting like a full form Legion, and it instantly got kicked out. I think it was also they faced Pramo as well, right? So
Mm.
so they instantly got kicked out, facing two very, very strong team, and and like there's no Chinese fusion back then, and
Yeah.
it like like even against the games like against Legion from EHR, it was actually pretty close as well. So it was a restart that screwed them,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just really I was watching that offline, so I was like, oh my god, you restart using the same strat, it's never gonna work out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a heartbreak to see how the EHR team went,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they did a better run compared to us in Twister 18,
Yeah.
because we went to Twister 18 without any preparation whatsoever,
Yeah.
because we never expected ourselves to actually go that far.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was all our players can't go at all. So
Yeah.
I was basically the only player alongside with only like one or two players that can really go.
Ah.
But other than that, every single player, everyone,
Mhm.
everybody else was just a stand-in that we had to find in like a week or so.
Ah. Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, but the second, I think the second Twister run is a bit arguable.
Mhm.
I still think, like, I would say it's comparable
Okay.
to how EHR did their run, because, like, let's be honest, both EHR's run and our second run,
Yeah.
we didn't really yield much major results.
No.
We still were losing to European teams, the Russian teams, were
Yep.
losing to the NA teams and so on.
Mhm.
But both times we learned a lot from just by being there,
Yeah.
and like we definitely learned a lot, and like if you say was it worth it, I would definitely say it's worth it still going in, even though we weren't delivering.
Mhm.
But like yeah, if
But
you
you
were to
guys,
rate me, would it?
you guys
Yeah.
beat Wombat, so.
Being Wombats was alright because we knew because even back in Asia we trained Wombats a lot.
Ah,
I mean a lot.
really? Okay.
Like back in 2019 and 2020,
Mhm.
we Wombats would ask for us for training when they had the time. So
I see. I see.
we just grab they would help us with something here in Asia, and then
Oh.
we just like both teams try to do their best. So
Mhm.
we improve our results in Asia, then they improve the results in China,
Yeah.
and we obviously I know a few guys in the Wombats as well because we met before.
Mm.
So meeting them 2 years in a row was like okay, well, like here we meet again. Like
Yeah.
let's see who's like let's just have fun, right?
Yeah.
So like we know Wombat's tendencies. Well, I wouldn't say I know Wombat's tendencies, but like we going into the Twister 19 knowing that we can't make the same mistake as Twister 18 anymore,
Yeah.
and like and strategic wise we're like way better in preparation compared to Twister 18. So like beating Wombats is like the minimum expectation, I would say.
Yeah.
Because if Feast like imagine a headline like this.
Mhm.
Feast going to the offline second time in a row, lose to Wombat second time in
Oh
a
no,
row.
it's going to be a
Like
meme.
it's gonna be a big meme, right?
Yeah.
So
True.
so it's gonna be like my first priority to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
So like obviously we delivered, but like that was like the minimum expectation
Right.
from a team that goes to offline 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So,
True. It will be interesting to see what's going to happen in 2021. To be honest with you, for the Asia teams, but I think it's going to be. I think Asia is building up. I don't know if we're going to see an Asian team beating an EU or an RU team or an NA team. But let's hope. Let's see.
that I mean we don't might not. Well, there's definitely gonna be a future for that,
Mm,
but for how long it's gonna take, I have no idea.
no idea.
Like
Okay.
because right now Asia is like really disconnected from other regions,
Right.
whether it be just communication wise,
Mhm.
or
Connection issues.
meta,
Meta, yeah.
or even we can go as far as to say language, because
Yeah.
like if you look back in the first 2 Twisters,
Mhm.
ID was the first one to go to offlines.
Yeah.
EHR was second to offlines.
Yeah.
ID is a Korean team.
Yep.
EHR is a Japanese team.
Yep.
These two are not Japanese speaking team.
Mhm.
So what you get there is a bunch of people, a bunch of Asians that don't speak English at all.
Yeah.
So obviously it's really hard to arrange scrims between teams like that.
Yeah.
And I could imagine a bit how nightmarish it's there. You don't speak English at all, but you're literally put in such a foreign environment
Yes.
to the point that like it feels a bit desperate, right? Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna talk to you because you don't speak English, and you can't talk to anybody because they don't speak the language, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could feel that disconnect between you could feel the disconnect between people looking at Asian teams as that team that nobody's going to talk to. Like
Mm.
because that first time I went to offlines, I was like, I'm excited to meet these players. Like like they're the top level players, right?
Yeah.
Like they like, but these players don't really want to have much interaction with us. They're looking at us like they giggle. They seem to have fun looking at just by looking at us because they look at us like unicorns, right? Like
Yeah.
Asian teams, they don't speak English. They're definitely unicorns, right? Because everybody else can communicate each other, and they have fun, and they go jam with EU, right? So like it definitely feels a bit disconnected the first time you like because Asian teams obviously don't have that sort of connection with the EU and NAU guys, and NAU guys by 2018 already they already mingled so much. They know each other so much. Like like they are so much friends already.
Yeah, yeah.
So like 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 2018 like we had a big hard time to even ask somebody for a scrim because of that disconnect, and and like on that exact match day we were like, okay, well I want to try to mingle with the Primal guys. So like I was like, we talk a bit here and there, we exchange a bit, we had a bit of communication with Bushka, with Skate, like just using English and talking to people, that improved the impression a lot.
Yeah.
And 2019 we instantly came in and we know, okay, we were shaking the moment we see any guys, we were shaking hands, we were like, oh, how is it going and stuff. Like it like that disconnect is definitely helping by having the same team going to offline twice in a row.
Yep.
Like I think but by doing that we actually learning a lot, putting ourselves in their shoes, able to scrim with them, able to learn something with them, here and there, like it's really beneficial having that sort of experience, scrimming with them, communicating with them, it does feel like it's
Yeah.
but you're talking about whether you would see a day Asia teams beating EU NA, I would say yes, there's definitely gonna be a day that happens. But I feel like that's when, like, I would say whatever you're seeing so far is not the most accurate representation of what's actually happening, because both times going to the offline feast did not have our best lineup.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we going in without Bifrost, basically my longtime partner. We're going in without F Silver, without our best medium player. So we try to we try to do a lot of compromises, even though I'm still like the main shot callers, the main strike callers for 18 and 19. It just wasn't there. Like there just wasn't anybody to really deliver that play that we need to win us the games. So like if you were to put everybody in full, I would say Asia top 1-2 could do some damage to NA top 1-2-3.
Right.
Going to EU, it can do some damage to, I would say, top 3-4 teams. But top 1-2 teams, there'd still be a bit of a distance.
Yeah.
But and for RU, obviously you don't even say. We went to, I'll actually leave that for my story continuation. But we lost horribly against the scrim against Mercy.
Oh. Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, that was a very big margin. I remember.
Yes. It was 20 something to 0.
No. I remember. I think you said 21, but 23. Oh, don't know.
23 to 0, something along the lines of that. It was
right.
just. It was just a big margin to the point that it's really desperate. It feels a bit desperate that you can't catch up anymore.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the RU region is very skilled personally for sure.
Yeah.
And then their gameplay, because 2019, it really favors a really aggressive gameplay. So if you're not aggressive enough, because Asia in 2019 was very passive. It was just trying to use the 2018 mindset, and that clearly didn't work out.
Yeah.
So when we went in and we actually had a big expectation and a big strat overhaul, we're trying to be more aggressive on sides. Like we learned a lot from Mercy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like we literally learned how to play the meta in one night just because of Mercy.
Yeah.
And that helped us a lot against Wombats, because without Mercy, we wouldn't be able to go toe to toe with Wombats like that. It was Mercy that really helped us that much. Like we everything you see against the Wombat games, it was based on what we had, what came out of against Mercy. That's what I can say.
I see.
So there's still a big margin across regions, but I could see the gap being smaller and
Mhm.
smaller and smaller as years goes by. So there's definitely gonna be a moment where an Asian team is gonna beat, let's say, an EU team or an RU team, but that's gonna be a very distant future because right now, like the skill, it's still not there yet, and the meta is definitely not there, right?
Yeah,
you,
no.
you would you would see you would see EU, RU, NA teams know how to play a caravan from day one because they actually tested it. They tested Sheridan. They know how to play from day one, right? Like,
Yes.
but Asia don't get this sort of luxury,
No.
and I do feel like not being able to test the tanks, it really hurts how we develop meta, and obviously not being able to scrim with other servers because the ping is just too bad. It's
Yes.
another factor as well. So coming into Twister 20, Wargaming give us press accounts and being able to train against other regions like this is such a big blessing, We're able to
Yeah.
have reality checks against them with our full strength, being able to understand what we are as a level, as a team, how our meta is behind them. Like having all these reality check really helps. And I think this after this season, it will bring us
Yes.
one step closer, to being in that level where we can actually start saying that okay, we can actually do damage to these teams. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so that time might be that's a time where you see an Asian team with an EU team, top team, might come soon. Feast versus Legion, winning them soon, maybe. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it might happen one day. Like
Yeah.
definitely, it can definitely happen one day.
It will. I really hope so in the end. Besides, some people asked you about how do you find about matchmaking on Asia server?
Matchmaking on Asia server.
Ooh.
Ah,
I remember Asia server matchmaking is a bit bad. It's bad because the play style is pretty different from the EU, where like for Asia is a lot more defensive from my experience.
mm, the thing that I hate about Asia server the most is the amount of TD spams.
Oh yeah. Oh well,
The
I don't recall
the
that though.
amount the amount of TD spams. I remember driving my 140. Or back in like I remember driving 140
Yep.
into a tier 10 match, and you would see two 183s in both sides.
No.
And this scenario would happen 8 times out of 10.
Oh god. Oh
Or like okay, let's be a bit more reserved on that. Let's say 6 out of 10, and that's still very ridiculous, right?
yes.
Like, and that just promotes such a passive gameplay, and I really dislike that sort of gameplay, and like like I just really hate, and obviously Asia does have the luxury of EU and RU matchmaking where you don't get the trolls and AFKs, right?
Yeah.
Like the low performing players. So what happened is that you would get the players from uh that basically AFKs the entire match or just trolls you
God.
the entire match. Like the matchmaking experience in Asia, well, this is the bad part of Asia, but I guess the good part is it like the player skill, it's a bit more spread out. So you would meet like you meet if the player is bad, then you can genuinely carry him to victory because the enemy would be as equally bad. So you have a very high chance to win your games, but at the same time you gotta be dealing with TDs 9 times out of 10. Let's say in mines, they would be you would see 183s pointing at you every time when you try to peek a corner, and it's just and it's not pleasant for sure, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's basically a matchmaking experience. You would see TDs everywhere in the Asia server, and even nowadays, I play ratings and you see both sides. You get free TDs, and you get what either no heavies or no mediums, and that's just pure ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, mediums and lights are pretty good in tier 10. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't take them to play. Some reason. Getting some more messages. If you don't try hard in Asia, you lose. No, I think it's not really the case because sometimes if you don't try hard, you win, and sometimes if you try hard, you lose. In Asia, it's even more serious than on the EU server, I believe.
I mean, there would be a bit of a that sort. No, there's just a bit of that in play, but I wouldn't say you have to go as far as to really try hard. Like more often than not, your formula to winning is basically go find a platoon that knows what you're doing, and you just win games here and there. Like my clan right now, F Silver and CX is basically platooning using T92s, and they're doing, I think it was a few months ago, they were doing 85% win rates just by using that tank.
Which tank? Sorry.
T92E1.
Oh yeah, double T92.
So they're just doing that and spamming that every day, and they're just winning 85% of their matches.
Oh,
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like me trying to do that with double projectile.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a bit of tryharding involved, but I wouldn't say is as bad, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah.
I see. That's great. Oof, that was a really long. Okay. But I mean, I guess you kind of actually. Oh, someone asked, which is the clan you respect the most in Asia?
Respect the most. Respect the most as in, well, I mean, I do have a few clans in my mind that I do really respect.
Right.
I guess one of them would be E7 for sure, because like they really give us a run for our money. Like they really took us to the edge for Twister 19, and seeing how they like grow from 0 to a top 2 team in Twister 19, it gives me like just all the respect for grinding all the way there. And I guess the same could also sort of be said for, you know, ID, I guess, because they have been like the only. Actually, HLV is another team that I respect the most, because they have been in every single professional tournament with Feast.
Right.
They started Twister 18 as TBT,
Yeah.
and they rebranded to HLV, and they've been on that top 8 ever since then. And they've been so consistent. You just have to give them that respect that they deserve, like that consistency of being in that top 8. I guess the same can also be said for ID, but I respect ID more of because of their legacy in Twister 16.
Yeah.
More than their consistency. Like even Twister 18, I give them a lot of respect. Like I just respected them a lot, because they're going in Twister 18 as like the top dogs. You know, they're going there, like everybody expected ID to win 4-0 against Feast. You know, and that's how favored they were. There was a poll. I remember Twister 18. There was like this voting thing where you gotta vote your favorite team.
Yes.
And everybody voted ID, and there's nobody voted Feast. I mean, what are you expecting for a team that achieved literally nothing, right? Nothing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that upset by nobody voting Feast. Like, well, obviously we have supporters here and there, but like it was nothing compared to ID. So like I would give a lot of respect to ID that season, because I knew that they're going in as like the top dogs, and we going to top 4 barely. Oh, actually, this is a good time to continue the story I'm about to say. Like going to top 4 was a very difficult experience for sure, but like I definitely respected ID a lot. So yeah.
I see. I mean, that's quite obvious because they are the only Asian team which reached the finals of a Twister Cup, so obviously kind of lots of respect is there.
Like,
Okay. Sorry, I'll let you continue.
Like obviously the reason why we gave ID so much respect is because we got smacked by them in the group stage. Like both times we meet them in the group stage, I think we just straight out lost 3-0.
Yeah.
So what happened in the group stage is because it's double round robin, just to 18. Actually, I think I should talk about Sister 18 by starting from the qualifiers, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
So the qualifiers of Sister 18 was a really jank system. It was a bad system. Like obviously compared to nowadays, it's a really bad system. So I'm glad Wargaming changed that because it really leaves a lot of the good teams out. Like it really all determines on one best of 3 and you're out. Like it. So that season, EHR XR bombed out of the top 8. Like bombed out on the qualifiers because they losing. They just lost one BO3 and that's it. And in that BO and we actually got grouped against NUP, which was
Yes.
another favorite for the top 8.
Yeah.
So it's either NUP goes out or we go out.
Yeah.
So as either NUP don't go top 8 or we don't go top 8. And obviously we went top 8, right?
Yeah.
So we basically got our revenge against NUP and we
Yes.
went to top 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the thing is, top 8 was it was our first time going to top 8. We were definitely excited.
Yes.
And the mistake shows a lot of mistake shows.
Oh. Yeah.
And my inexperience as a commander
Yes.
definitely shows a lot because because those teams react pretty quick. The reactions is very on point, and having to come and go react to them, it's pretty hard, you know. Especially when your team has, you know, it's basically consisted of green win rate players and some blue win rate players that are not even. There's nothing amazing just yet, right? You know. Like, so our first round robin, we only got 2 points out of Devon, and I was like, oh my god, like how are we losing these games? We should be able to win them. I was like sitting there, reviewing everything and just trying to make sure, and that's where a lot of things I learned, and that's where I started learning the most of my stuff that I use nowadays is about like, because back then I was a very hesitant player. Hesitant to make calls because I'm afraid to just throw the game based on the call.
Yes.
But like after that first round robin, I was like, the things that I realized is that I was just way too hesitant in my calling, and it's just that rather than not doing anything, doing something that actually will yield me better results, right?
Yeah.
So I started to change that mindset and come in the second round, going to the second round robin with the mindset of, okay, I try not to hesitate anymore. I try and make calls when I need to, when I feel like when I need to make a call, I'll make it, right?
Yes.
I'm not trying to hesitate anymore. So second round robin, we made way better results. We got 5 points. So 2 round robin combined, we barely made the mark. It was a tiebreaker against UI that we just barely win them head to head. So we went in top 4. Obviously, everybody thought it was a fluke. Like, right? Everybody will should and will think that it's a fluke, right? It's a team that with 0 top 8 experience and failing horribly in top 4, in top 8 as well, in the first round robin. How can they get 5 points in the second round robin and getting into top 4 like that, right? So you expect them to lose immediately. And I remember Pixel Rage was casting our first game in top 4, and he was absolutely shocked that we won STI 4-0. Because STI was basically the EHR team that tried to come back and have another go. But what happened was I went in top 4, firing on all cylinders. I had all the strats that I need prepared. Like everybody was chipping in the things that they need to chip in. Like it was just everybody on their A game.
I see.
Like in that Mind Runes, STI was using 50Bs, we literally what we did was we literally just locked down the entire Mine Ruins map, and the 50Bs was they either had to bleed or they had to be it had to be useless because they were stuck in the middle.
Yes. Yes.
So we were playing super like we're playing. I would just say that we were overperforming. We were overperforming by a fair margin at that tournament because I was making every single call, and I was trying to make it on point. I was trying to go as far as to even micromanage players. And whenever anything goes slightly wrong, I just go chip in and say, okay, this needs to be fixed, right? I had to go fine tuning every single thing during that game. What happened? It was a very big load on me. But in the end, because we were playing slower, because 2018 was still pretty slow back in the days, right? So it wasn't that much of an issue. We were basically just overperforming as a team, and we took down STI 4-0.
Right.
And coming into ID rematch, we knew that we lost to ID in the round robins. Let's see how we get fair against them in the top 4.
Yeah.
And everybody was super hyped back then. Everybody was super hyped. I remember we have talks like, "Oh, we're going to offlines already? Oh, guys, like, can you guys make it to offlines, guys, already?" Because when we won the first game, Wargaming was like, "We want to collect information for offline purposes already." It was like super hyped, you know. Like it just brings the team morale so high.
Yes.
By winning such a clean round.
Yes.
And Wargaming recognizing your efforts, it's just so hype. It's just
true.
so encouraging.
Yeah.
And that hype is just unprecedented, you know.
Precedent.
There's nothing nothing can match that hype, really.
Yeah.
And our first round against ID, I remember us preparing everything on point, and we were like, okay, we gotta do this, and like. I'm talking to the team. We're gonna do this. I'm literally I'm going as far as talking basically every single variation of the strat before you step into the game. Like I'm literally going as far as you can. It's a very tedious way of making a strat is you basically list out all possible permutations of how the game can go, and you try to counter every single permutation that goes against you.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did back in 2018. I tried to do that. I tried to counter every single permutation that is not in my favor.
Yeah.
And that's what I basically did. And I basically explained that entire strat, and explained every single permutation to my team, and had everything already set in stone. Nothing's gonna change. Oh, there's some things that can change, but like things can still change. Like things can still depend by basically lay out everything until the mid game. Everything until mid games were laid out before the game started already.
Yeah.
So we had that planning so far ahead that's something we don't really do anymore. But like it was something I did back then 2018 it was just a big advantage for us, and that won us so many games because we knew that we don't have to worry too much until the end game. That we have to think about what we have to do in the end game. So I took a lot of pressure off myself because I was dual calling with Frost already back then. Like Frost was chipping in the calls time to time, but I was trying to be the big guy and make the most of the calls, the more important calls, like push this flank, rotate to this flank, let's black out from this flank, let's push this, you know. The first time we faced ID, we went to Castilla. We lost the first one. We obviously won the Castilla one, the second Castilla. It was ended 4-1. Like it was nothing really that special, but like it's just that win again has hyped us even more, because now we're in top 2, and the finals are just, you know, in the side, right?
Yes.
And that's when Roland came in, was like, okay, hold on,
Yes.
Feast is underdog, right? You know.
Yeah.
Like Feast coming as underdog, he's done a lot of narrative for Feast, and I really absolutely loved how he done that. Like
Mm.
it was just story building, you know, and I love that part of esports, you know, building the
Yeah, yeah,
story up, breaking down how what are the chances of a team winning, you know, like that's just what makes esports so enjoying to watch, you know.
yeah. That's true. Really,
Um,
the history and then the. Oh, oh!
like
By the
that.
way, talking about that, I will be making if I have enough time today, then maybe I will have that video ready up today. Or if it's not tomorrow, that I'll be talking about Blitz Asia Cup 2020. Some interesting stats for all four clans and also what you can expect and stuff like that. Overall meta, team by team, kind of like brief analysis, and then finally it will be the maps we're going to talk about briefly what to expect on these maps. So do take a look at that video, hopefully released by tonight. If not, then tomorrow. But if I mean hopefully get everything sorted before Friday, that would be really good. But just kind of a slight digression. Yeah.
I hope it can be out for Friday before Friday, so I can actually take a sneak peek at it and counter strike for the top 4 teams, you know.
Yeah, that's true though.
Because what Feast does nowadays is we try to read the tendencies of opponents,
Mhm.
and try to use that against them.
Yes, I know.
So if we figure out, okay, Team A loves to do this, like we love to read the game so much. I'm not gonna be exaggerating, but if something goes wrong in a game,
Yes.
most of the time, me and the team and the core members of the team
Yep.
would know what went wrong
Yep.
by within 1 minute after the match, after that specific game ended.
Right.
So like within that 1 minute, we're basically going to reach a conclusion that, oh, this went wrong, we should fix this next time. And it was this quick read that comes out every time,
Mhm.
that it was just beneficial because we were able to do that between games, right? If it is between games, um, like in let's say we're in a tournament between games, once we know how to read enemies' tendencies, we can start using that against them in that exact next round, right?
Mhm.
So it's really valuable being able to read their tendencies, and
Right.
and I think Feast is really a team that really studies a lot of their opponents. Like if you suddenly give us an opponent that we never fought, we might actually trip a bit at the start, but as we fight them more and more, we learn their tendency more and more. We would be able to we would be more comfortable with them a lot more. So like yeah, that's why I want to see a video if as soon as this comes out.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, I mean, well, what to say? I mean, lots of interesting stuff. So, well, let's see. Same happened with I. I haven't streamed any IX games, so I don't know what you're saying. No, I'm talking to someone in the chat, but I think someone asked ago, some moments ago. Do you think there will be new clans that have potential in Clan Wars?
New clans have potential in Clan Wars.
Oh yeah, I think I streamed IX. Sorry, to yeah, which is back in the summer off-season tournaments. Yeah, that's the only occurrence. Sorry.
So, if you're talking about what teams has potential to become the top ones, there are definitely teams out there. Like, like I think I haven't been keeping that much along with how the teams are going, because
Right.
teams really come and go a lot. Like
Very true. I mean EU as well. It's not just Asia stuff. It's EU as well.
like at every tier, teams come and go very quickly. So any name that I remember right now actually comes a lot from last year, and like even the more recent runs come from this spring season or this summer season.
Yeah.
And are nowhere near as updated as it really is.
Yeah.
But like if you're talking about what teams has the pieces they potentially need,
Yeah.
I guess teams like IX, maybe even I think Calm has a bit of that.
Yeah.
Rory has a bit of that. That's teams that I see more often than not in tournaments. Other than that, there's also GVY. I think that's GV's secondary clan. That also has some potential because they're coming on with GV's knowledge, and their play is actually not bad as well. Like I played against them a few times. Like they don't seem to not know what they're doing. They do have a certain, they do know a bit what they're doing, but obviously obviously fighting against Feast has been always grinding. It's not that easy for sure. Like I mean, we've always been in quick tournament. Well, I mean, we've been less in quick tournaments nowadays, but like there are definitely teams that I could recite off my mind that have some potential. Okay, yeah. I think another few ones are King, but I think Kings are missing a few pieces. For example, like I think King, yeah, missing a few pieces here and there. Like sometimes most potential teams, whether they make it onto my radar or not, is really just the matter of them missing the key pieces that they need, or just their structure. They just need to build a proper structure around their team, and having a proper structure and having the key pieces that you needed as a team really changes a lot as a team dynamic. So it like sometimes you need that one player to be that playmaker, and well, not necessarily be a playmaker, just be that very skilled player that open up the games for you. Like just be your key medium players that never fault, right? That never falter, that just delivers when they need to. So that those key pieces, and you need a structure to build around them. So you want to be building the strats,
right?
Building the team around where everybody is comfortable, where they can deliver. So if you have the structure, you have the pieces, I can be sure that if you're willing to take the grind, you can be on anybody. You can be on the radar on tier 1 in no time. And that's how most of the team make it up to top 8 nowadays. Is that they build up their structure. They have those key pieces around at their disposal. Even E7 have that same formula.
Yeah.
They have Nat or Mulan or what the hell you want to call him. He's that key piece. He just calls for E7. He knows how to build a structure around the team.
Yeah.
So once he has those pieces, he brings teams to top 8. He brings teams to top 2.
Yeah.
That's how E7 was able to go from basically nobody knows about them to a top 2 team in one season.
Yes.
Like it's so like it's just some tips, I guess, if you want to make to somebody's radar.
Right.
Free of charge, I guess. But like you have to learn how to build a structure around your team. For example, you want to set up a style that you and your team is comfortable.
Yeah.
And you want to have like a sort of a medium. You want sort of a signature play that you can always rely on to work. So for example, with Feast, I can dive a bit deep into it. The signature of Feast is that our signature plays is always going to be us bringing the fight to you, that you have to take the focus fire, otherwise you will lose. Our signature will be focus firing above other Asian teams. So if we focus fire, it's where Feast gonna shine. If you don't wanna do that, you have to find a way to avoid that at all costs, which is very hard because we always try to set up our game plan so that we force them to brawl with us. We force the games into brawls. We force the game to focus fires. We force the game into who pens more shot, who has better communication wise, right?
Right.
Like we just try to build our game plan around trying to have things in our way. So once you have that structure built around you, and having those few players that can actually do that very, very reliably, you would easily and grind. Well, obviously you invest time in grinding it. you have all three of these elements together, it's really just a matter of time that it's just really gonna be a matter of time that how fast you're gonna be reaching that tier 1 level.
Right. True. True. Someone asked us, Assassin asked us, what would be your prediction and my prediction as well for Blitz and Blitz NA Cup. For me, I just need some more time to kind of watch different teams play, but I didn't watch like all the teams against one another. So kind of my preliminary ranking would be RGN, Void or Speed, and then we have GMA and then Ishtar. This is kind of my preliminary guess for now. But I don't know about you, Maddox. Have you been following about the Blitz and the NA server?
I did not follow too much about their gameplay, but what I do know is that from my knowledge from Twister 19 is that the meta of NA in Asia is it's actually very close to the point that you could really replicate that in Asia with success.
Right.
So with the press council game gave us, I was able to train with GMA and also Ishita.
Ishtar, yeah.
So it was a pleasure to train against them.
Yeah.
We've done a lot from these two teams.
Right.
I definitely know that Primo and Rain is something that Feast have to struggle a lot to punch because it's really above us, like for sure.
Yeah.
And GMA show us what they're capable of. So I wouldn't be surprised if GMA and Ishita, actually all four teams is really strong, to be honest.
Yes.
Like I think we trade a bit more equally towards Ishita compared to GMA.
Right.
We lost. Well, somebody pointed in the chat there already. We lost GMA 9-3. You guys been spying on us, but okay. But Ishita, we did the same amount of maps. We did the same amount of battles.
Yeah.
But the score is more even.
Right.
So
even Stevens.
it's a bit more even.
Yeah.
So it's still towards Ishita. But I can tell that it's definitely even.
Yeah.
I think it's only 1 or 2 score difference. So
Right.
I don't know you guys. I don't know you guys are spying or whatever, but hey, go ahead, keep spying on us. Maybe one day you can be better.
I was thinking like Ishtar, they have someone from North who is originally from Win and the EU service. So yeah, I mean, I think his name is on the NA server account is the KYS Warrior, and which KYS is actually an abbreviation of something that's not really nice. So just let's keep it KYS. So right. So wow. But that's been a really long interview. Kind of final thing to ask: what would be your expectations for Feast in the Blitz Asia Cup?
Expectations for Feast. Well, I guess if you want more of a PR response, then I would go ahead and say we're not gonna settle anything less than a victory.
You're not going to settle for none.
I'm not gonna settle anything less than, obviously top 1, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're known to be doing.
Yeah.
But I guess at this stage, like there are many threatening opponents like ID. GV is a bit threatening as well. HLV is definitely showing a lot of flying colors. Like all 4 teams has equal opportunity to take a really high ranking right now.
Yes.
So I guess the expectation from Feast is try to be better than what we are before. So be a better Feast than the top 8 Feast, and try to punch above our weight as much as we can.
Right.
So my expectation is we should win cleaner rounds compared to top 8, and we want to be winning them. We don't want to be winning scrappy rounds, right? For sure. No. Like those rounds are really straight them as lost. So my expectation really to win less like to have less scrappy rounds, and really just to take that. Well, there's no trophy, right? It's just gonna be the win, I guess.
Yes, yeah. True,
Take the
true.
win back home.
So wish your team all the best for the PlayStation Cup then. Right, so well,
Yeah, thank you.
a lot of people
Yeah,
are
thank
asking
you.
for Platoon. So I'm not sure if how much time you have left. Surely I do have some time left. Although I do want some time to make the video that I was supposed to release today. But we can play some games if you want.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm up for it. I'm
Yeah.
always up for some games.
That'll go. Yeah, we can play a few.
You're gonna be on
Asia server.
Asia, right? You're coming.
Yes.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
give me 1 second as I open my game, and I'm gonna be
No
and I'm
problem.
gonna be like taking a quick drink
No
because
problem.
I'm really thirsty.
Yes, I know you've been talking for a really long time.
I haven't even finished with my stories yet, but I'm willing to.
Oh, we can do a
Because-
part
because-
two.
No, because the story's really ended there by then, right? Like when I talk about just to 18 is really where everybody knows Feast by then.
Yeah.
So I guess if I continue, it's really things that many people have heard already. For example, like how we
No.
went to,
Maybe
how we
something.
went to.
Not really, because
Okay,
you know the
may-
general audience, not a lot have followed the esports. Like the esports community on Blitz Cup, in this game is just left to be desired. Quite a lot of room to grow. So I mean, now that I'm trying to kind of improve that, to kind of make that grow much more. So maybe in the future, when there are a lot more people kind of watching World of Tanks Blitz esports, we're going to do a part two.
Really, you're gonna do a part 2 for sure. No.
Yeah, but probably some weeks after.
Yeah, I mean, I could be up for a part 2, but yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, right?
If we're gonna hold that off later, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously because so many things happening, but obviously a lot of weeks after we can do a part two.
But yeah, sure. If you want to do a part 2, I'm totally up for it. So
Right.
this would be the part 1 of the stories of Feast, I guess.
Yes, that's a really long. Ooh, I saw Maddox one, which is in Shaft. Is that the right one I've invited without any underscore or a number after that?
Wait, which one?
The account you're in, the account with the feast tag in it. Is that the right one? I've invited that to Platoon.
This one, right? Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one were you talking about?
No, your name, the username with the feast tag in it, without any numbers or underscore after the name, supposed name.
Is there such thing?
Yeah, I mean there are several fresh versions of Maddox for some reason.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, the Maddox one in Shaft. That was another Shaft. That was another Shaft team that I made, but like, but this one was the main account that I always been playing with.
Right.
From the start.
I see. Okay, so I just need to set something up here, then I will begin. I just need to find. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I'm so
Just
big.
give me 1 second, or
yeah, I mean, I need
or
time
so,
as well.
so
I need time as well. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't lag or something like that. I mean, let's see. Oh, should I play 140 or i7? That's the only two tier 10 tanks I have in the garage. Right, it's still here. Yeah, I can hear myself. Oh yes, more someone asked more open forums in the future. I'm not sure about this. I have to see about Blitz Asia Cup, and see the scheduling first, and also what it's going to do. Because if the schedule is allowed, I probably would do an open forum like 30 minutes or 1 hour before the match, and you guys can all hop in and just talk about what are your expectations and so on. Yes. Yeah, Maddox, your voice is gone. But I can hear myself for some reason. I think he's just left for a moment. Now should not be seeing a black screen.
Yep. Okay, I'm back.
There we go. There's not really a stream delay, maybe a few seconds, like 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, it's not really synced really well. I mean the audio. I'm just going to. Do I have a mixer? I just need. Oh, I need to find. Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay. Tier 10. Let's see.
Yes. Right.
I don't really play much random battles nowadays because like my focus is either more onto warming up myself before the games in ratings or
Yeah. Watching games.
Or just simply just
watching
training
others play.
Rooms or watching others play. Yeah. Like
that's what I do when I was leading a team. So I was like watching a lot of different streams, trying to learn kind of their strategies, kind of in depth, in detail, or maybe something like that.
I did a lot of I did some stream watching in terms of like watching how other regions play, but it was mostly EU or Russian regions.
Yeah.
Like because how their meta was so far ahead, like Asia could use a lot of that. So often what we do is we go ahead and try to be a bit more, sneaky and try to use their strat against Asian teams. And more often than not it would work because of how Asia teams respond to how Asian team responds. So like I do play a lot less of random battles nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I think my 30-day random battle count was somewhere along the lines of 40 or 50 battles only.
I see.
Ooh. So you talk about that. That means I also platoon a lot less nowadays. I usually have.
Yes.
I used to platoon a lot with my clanmates.
Yes.
Because we already touched about that, right? Like I platoon a lot, I learn a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays is really more of how I can hold on to myself and try, be more. Well, I play solo morely because I want to be able to carry teams alone. Because if I can't carry teams alone, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be showing that like it's really gonna be very hard, right?
Yes. Oh my god,
there's a flush up here.
Yeah, but he's not aiming. You're not me. Oh my god, he's going.
He's coming.
Oh no, I don't. I have depression and my ping is very bad, like 300. So
that's alright.
Apologies. Oh no, he's going to aim at me. Oh my god, look at my FPS there on the stream. That was so simply horrible.
Well, that's pretty. Okay, actually we're in a pretty tough spot right now.
Very. Someone say move. We can't move. We're stuck here. God, I gotta load my stream chat for some reason. Oh, there we go. Ah, I see. Oh, how did I pen?
Whiffing my shots right now.
Yeah, I'm going to try and save you. Well, hopefully I don't crash. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god.
Right. Nah, it's really like that's a TD. Like, okay, you don't see TD spam this game, but you know.
I know, but yeah, it's pretty rare to see them very aggressive. On Castilla especially, like Castilla expecting them to like be at the back and doing something.
Yeah, Castilla you definitely would want to be like the tendency would be camping behind, right? But just going full on, just going full on YOLO like that, it happens.
Oh god, yeah, that's fine. I don't keep it. I don't keep up really well with that. Oof. Now I have the chat. Now on my right hand side.
Chat?
No, I was just setting up. I was just looking at the chat as well. I mean, while playing, because I only have single screen, so I have to kind of use my iPad and see what's going on in the chat. But it's fine. I7. Oh, let's hope we're going to have a better game this time.
He's definitely trying. He's ignoring the crown van behind him. And he's getting circled by 62A.
No. Oh, good.
Oh, he's still passing some shots, though.
Right.
Oh, there he goes
Yeah.
with the turret.
Let me actually. I think it's graphic setting, which I think I probably set it too high. Maybe if I lower it, maybe it's better. Oh, feastless tunnel. Oof. Yeah, I didn't do really well. That was some horrible damage.
I think I only did one shot worth of damage. Yeah, I was doing horrible as well.
Yeah.
I only did one shot worth of damage. Oh damn.
Yikes.
Yeah. Big yikes. Big
Yeah.
yikes. So it does happen.
That happens. Yeah.
It happens to everybody.
True. I get everything set to low and still I'm lagging so much.
Maybe it's a stream that's taking a lot of resource.
I think so. If it's Streamlabs, it's actually allocates it better. But now I'm using the old OG OBS. Maybe if I tweak some settings, it will be better. But it's fine. Let's continue.
I think the 63 might be slightly better. Don't know.
Oh yeah, it's a tank that I really love. I think this is the tank I want to go for next in this account. But I don't play this account often. If I'm back in Asia, then maybe I will play. We'll grind credits and I'll get to T2A probably, or maybe Wargaming can just try to kind of give me credits for free.
Well, I mean, like, you're not playing Asia. There's really not much reason you want to go grinding tank in Asia, right?
No.
So that means you should have the tank in EU, right? So it's it's a pretty good tank, to be honest. Like,
it's like I think you heard me saying it's my most favorite tank for now in tier 10, and it's a medium. It's like the best medium, in my opinion. T2A2 comes really close, but there is something that T62A has a lot better in than the T22, in my opinion.
Yeah, for example, gun depression. I think the traverse speed also is a bit better. Is a bit better than on the T22s.
Oh yeah, mobility obviously. Mobility is better.
Well,
it's like a good mix.
Right? So it's
not really slightly.
Not really that. Is it? Is it not?
I don't think it's really like slightly. I think it has. I think the terrain resistance is better. It's much better.
The terrain resistance is definitely better.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about anything else. There's no medium here though.
Horsepower per ton.
Push a bit.
I think we should. Yeah, there are 4 tanks on.
We should really focus.
Oh god, Leopard 1. Oh, Leopard 1 is there for some reason. I'm trying to help you, but I'm trying to.
He's gonna camp you. He's gonna camp there. Don't worry.
Oh my god, you're getting some. You're getting some company.
Ah, it's only one, right? Yeah, there we go.
No, like the ping is so. I mean, the offset is so bad that like my shot is only out like 1 second later.
I mean, that's what happens when you try to play on Asia server, right? It does
yes.
happen.
Yeah,
now
but
we can hit on the leopard. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw like it.
What's up for Jitter?
No, it went to the heavies, I think, to the enemy heavies, I believe. Oh yeah, now it's there. It's spotted. I'm just going to get a bit more aggressive and try and flank. Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Oh. No. Yeah, I'm just going to go in. Now that Crown Wagon's pulled behind. Oh shit! Up.
The amount of camping.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Got caught in the open.
Wait, I got caught in the open, but
look at this. This is really campy, you know.
Very campy. Yeah, that's why.
So once the first few tanks goes down, it just turns into really stalemate gameplay, and that's really what I really dislike about Asia matchmaking.
Yeah,
the
true.
most.
Yeah. That's what I remember as well. But then you can't replay mediums in on Asia server, but heavies is sometimes okay. So maybe I will play a knife set. You will see that it could make a difference.
I mean, you can still play mediums on Asia, but it's a lot harder
Yeah,
because of how slow the gameplay is. It just
yeah,
prompts you not take any aggressive decisions so early on.
yeah, and especially on the EU server, I think there is like 400 average damage difference
Like
of
that, yeah,
140.
right.
Yeah,
You're just very
140.
sneaky and I just get caught.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that 57 to be there. I know he's disappeared, but I didn't know he actually stuck there without anybody spotting him. So that's yeah.
Right. Oh, how did he miss that? Gorilla. My God.
I have no idea. And that's something that Asians should be missing.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm having the impression that Asians are bad at anything but aiming.
Man.
Like there's obviously a lot of exceptions, but like that's just the stereotype, I guess. That's what I feel from Asia servers is that no matter what, they'll pen you every single shot they hit you, but they would play very badly because they just don't know how to play. They just don't have the game sense to be able to position their tanks correctly.
Yeah. Oh, finally he killed that tank.
I mean, it took him a while.
Yeah.
Now it's a 1 versus 3.
Good luck with that. What do you mean by Galv 90? Oh, Galv 90 would sit on. Oh.
The
I didn't
EFSF
see that.
guy. Yeah, EFSF is a decent clan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because they have been in the top 8 for 2018. Remember I talked about the teams get bombed out in the qualifiers
Right.
because of the format. So
Right.
EFSF was one of the teams that went to top 8 because of that opportunity that was presented to them. So there's definitely no
Right.
slack. They were definitely, but they didn't. But they never played tournaments ever since 2018.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how I know about them. Like,
Mhm.
but anybody in EFSF, you can, like, anybody in the team that went into a top 8 before, or in the clan that has a team that went into top before, you could treat them as sort of a bit of a tier 2, tier 3 candidates, I guess.
I see.
Even though they're not playing much anymore, they still have that brand there. To be honest, like, so for example, look at UI. UI was 2018, right? And they haven't been playing tournaments ever since. But like, to me, their brand is still there, and if they want to use their brand, it still will be very powerful. For example, or another example will be E7, right?
Yeah.
E7's brand is definitely still there, right? They have their
Yeah.
own custom clan logo.
Yeah.
So if they want to use that, they can easily use that any time of the day, right?
Yeah.
So now E7, from what I heard, they're going back to build their own team again.
Yeah.
They revived,
Again.
right?
Yeah. That's what I heard.
So-
And I don't know what about Cats there and also Boone because there are lots of E7 people in both Cats and Boone.
Well, Boone, I guess, from what I'm looking at,
Yeah.
it feels a bit like a failed project from our side.
Oh. Right.
It's not because like we didn't give any freedom or we give too much freedom or any of that. It's just
Right.
simply that what I talked about the structure thing that
Yeah.
just that
Yeah.
we weren't able to build too much structure around the team, and the pieces just weren't really there. We don't really have those players that can make the game or break the game, like make the game work. Like, and even if you can build a structure, it's really not gonna hold on that easily because you don't have that those players. So we had to brought like the team. So it was really not our decision, but the team there, they decided to bring some E7 guys because they have the pieces. The E7 guys have the pieces. So you hope that the E7 guys can bring and help build on top of the structure they had. So I guess with E7 going back, we might have to consider other options with how Boone goes. Like right now, we really focus on to playing the top 4 games, so I don't really have plans with Boone. But if anyone with like you feel like you're a prospect of Asia, you can make a difference. You feel like you make a difference. I think you might you know, have a future. You know.
Right, Des! Oh god, I
Oh,
got hit by that
T41's a one
push.
shot.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a
Okay,
flush on
Des.
the right side. Yeah, the right side.
And there is a TDA in the base as well, in the spawn as well.
Oh, found him.
Yeah, I think I got hit by 400 something by something with that could do 500. So maybe there are 2 tanks. I don't know. We lost. I'm going to go to the right side.
Southern Earth push to right. Yes. Watch out if the bees gonna smack you.
Yeah.
He's
on drone reload. He's on drone reload.
He's dry. He's dry. That's good to know. Grill's a one
Yeah.
shot. That's good to know as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that WZ. Maybe I could just go aggressive on the right because now that
WZ poked up the mid. WZ poked up
I'm
mid.
not there.
Oh, 50B is full again.
Yeah. Oh my god, why are you blaming us, you guys?
That's what happens. Yay.
Oh.
That's dead.
Well, why are you blaming the heavies for that? You should be blaming mediums.
Okay. Fosh relocated to our sector 2, so we can.
Okay.
I guess we can actually do something about that.
Do you want to go in or do you want to go to the left?
I think we should try. I think we should try clear 704 maybe.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm thinking as well.
But that 50p is a pain in the.
Yeah,
but
of course.
He's done reload now, so we should just have some time before that 50p reloads.
Wait, I finished the mission for some reason.
Oh, what mission are you finishing?
I don't know, but I did a blind fire and said mission completed, so I must have hit something.
You did some amount of damage, I guess.
I think so.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh god, I can't push. I mean, why doesn't team blame us for that?
Oh, because they're not playing defensively, right? You know.
No, if I were to blame, I would blame the guys on the left because that's what lost us the game. We are not sniping for sure.
Buy TDs you want to snipe.
What on? How on earth are we? What's it with a single sign? Do you think we are sniping?
No, I mean, even if that was true, we were sniping. Like,
Yeah.
there's still way too many snipers. Regardless, you shouldn't be sniping because you're in TD, right?
Well, no, I mean, the main point is they blame the wrong guys for that loss because we lost that left side so quickly early on in the game, and they just blame us for just holding there because we're supposed to hold. We're heavies.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And that's basically Asia, right? Even
Yeah.
sometimes I do something like that.
Yeah.
Like I blame the team for no reason, and that's
Yeah.
me basically.
Yeah, I mean,
And
why?
so you see me complaining around random battles, it's just me crying because I'm molding. It's not really because I want to blame the team. It's just because I'm molding. I'm actually bad.
Okay. And you'll also see I'm doing a lot more with heavies in an Asia server, so for some reason. I mean, heavies can play a lot. You can afford to play a lot more defensively, but not really mediums because mediums you can't really like hold. So oh, we have a feast player on the other team, in the art team.
Oh, that's a pretty old player we have. He has been Russ from the start. He's sort of been that one of the first players that we played tournament with. Like so he was with me with during the grinds.
Oh my god! Crash into the K9 room.
So he's been there with me for the grind, early for the 2017.
Right.
But he's more or less a bit of a retired player. So now he just plays once in a while, and because his stats is not, well, even he himself admitted that. Well, it didn't really admit it. It's more like he realized that he's not really catching up anymore.
I think I'm doing an RN here.
Uh,
Well, I think we can do an hour in here. Oh man, maybe it's a bad
firing
idea.
squad. Firing squad. Yes. Ooh, ooh,
I'm
Arcane
very.
91.
What did he take a lot of damage?
He's an hour one short or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh come on.
Yep. He's dead already. The badge is really aggressive. Oh.
Actually, I played the badger really aggressively on the EU server. I don't know, it works in that way, but not sniping. Oh, I bounced that. And I think I'm able to pull back.
Do you need some help there?
I think I'm fine. The reason why I can pull back is that the badge is not looking at me, so I can pull back.
We might actually push the seaside because the seaside seems a bit weaker to me.
Okay. So do you want to?
Yeah, maybe push via the bridge, I guess. You have to bypass this
Oh.
mouse somehow. You want to do it, you
Right.
can do it now.
Yeah, sure. But push over the bridge like that.
Yep, just push over the
Okay.
bridge like that. You only get one or two shots into us. And take a pot shot onto...
Oh, I got shot by a Death Star from somewhere.
Wait, what?
Yeah, from behind. We have to be quick.
Mm. Okay, well, at least we prompted the team to move on, move up.
Oh god, no, I'm now one shot. Oh my god, now my ping is not really. No, the jittering, it's just bad. But then, yeah, now the team is pushing, that's good to see. But I'm one shot, which is bad.
I mean, we could do that a bit earlier. Actually, where the if you came from now? What if you came from our spawn side? Oh, the hell. See, if people didn't, if we done that a bit earlier, then yeah, if we done that earlier, pushing a bridge over the bridge earlier, then we'll be able to get over safely, I think.
Yeah, Uncle, do send us more questions if you want to ask. I'm fine to answer. we're still looking for the first win.
Winning in Asia is tough, you know.
I know it's tough.
Very tough,
I
especially
know.
in randoms. Like it's just really random.
It's really random. I still remember one time when I'm playing on an Asia server. I have a team, and then like there are like 3 tanks on one side, and enemy also sent 3 tanks on one side. The result is those 3 tanks there did 0 damage, and we just got completely destroyed.
Landslide happen a lot in Asia.
A lot, yeah, a lot.
Because of how the team skills is distributed. So like games like these where you're having an even fight, like you're only losing by 3 tanks, is actually pretty rare, to be honest.
Right.
Somebody in the chat goes 1v3, 1 shot is enough for me. That's pretty true. That one shot, that 1v3 did 5k. My god.
Destar just stripped me of hit points there. That was just bad.
He just goes 1v3 goes brr.
Yeah. Uncle asked an inappropriate question, which it's not good to answer, but anyway. Let's see if we can get a win here. Let's see if I've missed anything on the chat, because sometimes the stream bot doesn't relay all the messages to Discord. I don't know, something's wrong with the connection sometimes.
Oh, so you're not watching the stream directly for the chat, or?
No, I'm watching Discord for the chat.
Right.
Yeah, because if I watch it on YouTube or Twitch, then that means I have to play that stream as well in the background, which will kind of consume my bitrate. So, Anko asks, what's your opinion in 2019 when not rigged the game for King?
To be honest, from my point of view, the only thing that I see going wrong is that nobody said anything sooner. Like is it really a fact that Nup loves, well, not loves, but like they just would love to rig? Well, actually, I shouldn't be using love word. It's actually way too strong. rigged for some reason, right?
Wait, did they rig themselves out, or did they rig themselves into the top 8?
So what happened? So to give the context about that scenario was, we still we try to send Boone in as well, for Twister 18.
Right.
So what happened was, Boone and King was very tight on points. It's either gonna be
Right.
Boone going in or King going in.
Yes.
So what happened was,
I think we have
because
to beef in.
Nub doesn't want Boone to go in. They don't want two Feast teams to go on to top 8. And what happened was, from what I know was, they rigged the game in King's favor.
Yeah.
But from what I was told and what I seen from the replays, that King was in no shape or form know that it was happening during the game until they actually see them doing that. But like, the only reserve I had from that is like obviously Nub is at full fault, right? They're trying to match fix and fix the result at their own. Ooh, you jumped onto him. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's your
Yes.
kill? Nice. But like the only thing that I obviously GB or Nub is in fault for trying to match fix in their favor, right? But on the other hand, I do feel like King could have, well, not say giving up their top 8 spot, but at least, at least report this as a thing, because this,
Yeah.
like, everybody, like, nobody likes rigging. Let's be
No.
honest, right?
No.
No, nobody loves rigged or being rigged, like, and really hurts the competitive community
Yes.
if it's being allowed to be done without any consequences, and seeing how Nub got away with that without any consequences,
Yeah.
it's just it hurts me a bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
When
Mind
being
blowing.
run down by mediums.
Oh come on!
Where's our
That's that.
mediums? Where's our mediums?
No, there is a heavy tank that's sniping at the back for some reason. IS-7 sniping. TT, oh my god. IS-7 does have a very, very inaccurate gun. Why would you snipe?
What?
Look at the IS-7 there. Just what? Why are you sniping in a tank that doesn't aim well?
That is Asia for you, I guess.
God. Well, I do see it in the E100 on Oasis Palm sometimes, which I don't understand why you would snipe in the E100 because it's so goddamn inaccurate. But
Yeah, like it happens all the time.
it yes.
I'm just really tired of it by now. It's just
Right. Yeah.
it's just a broken record by now, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, oh my god. Are you serious? I mean, what on how in well, I'm not going to.
How in the world?
How in the world? How in New Zealand do you think it's a good idea to kind of snipe in the I-7?
I guess in Russia where your accuracy is always 0.
Oh god, yeah. Bloody. No, E100 is among the worst, the least accurate tanks in the game, I think. In heavies, I mean.
I mean,
think.
E100's gun's actually accurate. It's actually pretty accurate, to be honest, for a big gun like that.
Really? But I think it's like has the biggest dispersion, if I remember correctly.
Well, biggest dispersion.
I think it's C100, if I remember. Or it's I7. I don't know.
I7 is definitely worse dispersion than the E100, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think E100. Well, I think they're mostly similar, but I think E100 is definitely a decent dispersion for the caliber of the gun itself.
Right, yeah.
So, which is why I,
Oh,
didn't...
Amir Honor is playing. Oh my god.
Wait, what? Oh, right. Oh.
Win the game for
right.
us. We are on the very, very poor run of games.
I mean, I'm just underperforming. I'm not even trying right now.
Don't even try to jeopardize the game. I don't know a better word than that. For us, the game, I mean.
Really, like, the harder you try, the bigger the disappointment would be.
Yeah, true.
And,
you know,
and I'm really just so used
already.
to playing tournaments. It's just, as I said it the other day, right? Like, I'm just so used to tournaments. It's really hard to play randoms because I somehow don't have a different mindset for the two game modes. I just can't differentiate the two game modes anymore.
Yeah, and you know,
I play the game.
I'm playing it really aggressive already. It's just like what I play in the EU server that I play it so aggressively, whichever tank I'm in. So oh my god, are we hitting on the dead end here?
You wonder if we can shoot. Whoa! Those three.
I think we are re hitting on the dead end here. Well, how did I even penetrate that shot? Oh god, I'm very low. Haha, the EV bounced me. Oh my god. We're in trouble.
Yes, we're in big. Yes, we're in big trouble.
Oh, the lava
to say
trigger.
the least.
Yeah.
Ooh, what
that
a
in the
2-shot,
head.
100.
They're trying to.
1 shot, 100. Okay, my
can I? No, my APCR is just there's not enough penetration.
I'm just gonna push in and try my luck.
Yes. Someone, Uncle asked you. Say for example, you win the Blitz Cup. So what will be your future plans and in terms of clan building and community events, something like that?
Like to be honest, my biggest regret about community events is I wasn't able to get Clan Wars Asia running because I was just simply too busy in real life. I took over Clan Wars Asia, but like I was trying to get some promise done, but I really never delivered them because I was simply way too busy in both real life and in the game itself, obviously. But any plans, to be honest, I can't really say for sure because right now I'm trying to realize that my eyes is bigger than my stomach, something like that. Like it feels like that right now. So I'm trying to understand what I'm capable of doing first before I actually try and make a promise of doing those things.
Right. Yeah.
And
sorry.
But I want to be putting a more focus onto I want to put more of a focus towards building the mouse turret.
Cool. God. Mouse. Yeah. Lol.
The waffle. Okay. But right now I want to be more focused towards making sure the team is stable because right now we're still doing a lot of changing things. A lot of other stuff. And I think after this season, you'll probably see a bit of a major change coming out of Feast, because like obviously we've been together for some time already, and some of the players have their own real life commitments that they really want to be doing instead of Blitz. So I totally understand, and that will be the reason why we have to do a bit of chopping and changing the team members and reevaluating stuff. But in terms of community things, I really have to see what I'm capable of before I really actually commit into supporting an event or building an event on around or something like that. Like if I have the time, right? If I have the time, obviously I would want to dedicate some time, like how I dedicate my time into doing some commentating for tournaments.
Oh, that would be good. Dual commentating would be good.
That's what I did, right? That's what I did when there was challenges tournament and I was when I had time, right? I just did some commentating, just here and there, but only if I really have the time. So
yeah, I know, right? Oh, Kraken says, can he join Feast?
Can
I don't know if
you
you
join
Feast.
Feast? Short answer is that I don't know. Because
Okay.
I wouldn't straight out rule out the possibility of anybody joining Feast. But obviously, we had bad record of like have a notorious reputation of being bad. Then obviously no. But if you don't have that reputation of being bad, like,
Oh god, that's so bad.
and you definitely like you've already built some experience in the clan war scene, I would totally not rule you out of the possibilities at all.
Right. Yes. That's a good answer. Yeah, someone said U100 VK and I7 have the worst dispersion as tier 10 heavies. I remember VK72 is more accurate than the E100, so it leaves us with only E100 and the I7 that I don't really bother to check. But
I mean, it just feels. I think it feels alright as a E100.
yeah.
Like if you play a tank, like you have a feel for it. You have a feel for, like, for example, if that tank has a good gun handling, right?
Yeah.
For its caliber at least. For example,
Yeah.
if you shoot an E100 gun and it hits more often than not, so you feel like that's a bit more accurate than
Yes.
you know, as let's say, an I7, which would because it's a smaller caliber, you feel like it misses more.
Also you have the
T
T95 E6, which I think the final dispersion is good, but then the raw dispersion, the dispersion when you are named, that it's so bad as well. Besides, opinion on the Centurion Mark 1, all those new tanks, tier 8 premiums, no. I think the common consensus is that it's a bad idea.
Those tags, like I honestly don't have any issues with the Mark 1 Defender or the T20. No.
No, my god.
Yeah, I also don't have any issues with
so
a T20 Defender or the Mark 1 Defender or I3 Defender. But tanks like the Lycan, the Annihilator,
the Annihilator is super OP. God.
the Smasher, and then you have a little issue for me, to be honest.
Yeah, so the Annihilator is so OP. I just don't know. At one point, I'm doing over 3k average in the tier 7 tank, so it's broken.
I don't even want to drop my tanks in randoms because I know I have to wash my hands every single match. Yeah, it's just it feels so filthy playing those tanks.
Yeah. And Sheridan.
Looking to push you, I think.
Yeah, I do see that, but I think they're stopped because of crossfire. But we have a E100 and Mir, they're doing a good job there, so. So I think he's.
A bit as well.
Yeah. a bit of a right.
As long as we hold on, the other flank will be winning, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we hold on, yeah, we have 2 more tanks.
Or actually, not really. That's not.
Oh no, not really. We don't have enough tanks here. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Amir is looking for a push. Oh, he killed that thunder. That's good. We have a tank behind us. I think you two can deal with that. I'm going to deal with the IS-4 then. Oh, he bounced me even.
Or we're just dealing with him while backing off, I guess.
2 versus 1, you can do it. Yeah, and then you have a tank coming in.
Ooh, sneaky DB.
I'm getting some high rolls here. Well, you guys can't. Yeah, I know.
High rolls are good.
Yeah, another high roll. I'm getting 3 high rolls on the IS-4 consecutively, so that's a good sign. And he low rolled me.
He's running for you. He's running for you. Watch out.
Yeah, where the heck? It's another high roll. No, it's not.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, he bounced me. Oh, you're lucky today. Yeah, finally a win. Yay.
Nice. There we go.
First win. Yes, there we go. Wait, oh, Knob H is Berlin, isn't it?
No, is he?
Is he?
No way, no way.
I think so.
No way. Berlin is Berlin, right?
Yeah, Berlin is Berlin, yeah. That's what I think as well. Yeah, I can double check for you. It's...
Or it could actually be a second account, I have no idea.
Oh,
Like
account sharing report.
no, no, no. I mean,
I'm
as a
joking. I'm
genuine second
joking.
account. I mean
Yeah, I
as a
know. I
genuine
know. I
second
know.
account.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely just second account. Yeah. Whether it's account sharing, we will never know. Oh my god, I'll play one or two more than hour ago because this stream has been going on for more than 2 hours. Actually.
I actually don't keep much track of who is who, like as
Yeah.
in who's second account or whatever that is. Like I just really care if you're a player, you're doing good, then I'm good. You know.
Yeah, true. Oh my
Like
god.
obviously I hate rerolls because reroll doesn't mean nothing at all.
Oh yeah, it just feels good yourself. I don't know why you want to kind of
It's
find
basically
everything from the start.
it's basically people showing off how big their internet penis is, I guess.
Yeah. Gosh.
Like,
No, yeah, but why would you start from zero grinding everything again? Like it's so. Well, I mean, the process so.
they love
so
having trouble, I guess.
Oh.
There's love grinding maybe.
Yeah, they love grinding. Maybe that's why.
I'm okay with grinding if it's for like something
Oh no.
some goal that I'm really appreciating. But re-rolling, I don't see any goal in that, so no.
But grinding is so horribly bad this game. Like the stop modules just
Stop modules grinding is definitely horrible.
horrible.
But I wouldn't say that it's like I would say it's sort of necessary, a bit necessary.
Yeah, you need to kind of grind stuff, but then you don't start off so bad, like even worse than the tier below that. I mean, seriously. I mean, imagine you have to play a tier 8 game in a
Nice
tier
HG.
6 equivalent tank. Yeah, that was. I love the HE shell of the IS-7. That's why I love IS-7
Ooh,
for some
E5
reason.
push down. E5
Yeah,
push
I'm
down.
going to deal with that.
I was wondering why he gets shot so many times now.
Oh god, can I aim? Just no. No,
Yeah,
oh, Death Star. Oh, he's down to a one shot. Oh, I can kill him potentially.
I could. Yeah, you could.
There
You
we
got
go.
him.
Yeah, we
E5
can push.
Arab is reactive.
We can push. We have enough tanks.
Yeah, we've have enough here.
Can I kill him?
Hey, there we go.
There
Nice
we
for
go. Oh,
next.
we're winning! Yes!
That's landslide win, easy.
Yeah, landslide win, but not the US election. But let's not talk about that.
No, don't.
No.
Let's not straight
no.
to politics, you shit.
Yeah, no, and I think wargaming, there is a rule that we are not allowed to kind of discuss politics in this game, so.
Yes, so let's not go there. Let's not go
Let's
there.
not go there, yeah.
I mean, if you just Discord chat, then that'll be alright, but there's YouTube as well.
Well, I mean,
be
Discord chat's also in the gray area because I think in the rules they said that other channels, which doesn't include Discord possibly, so it's kind of a gray area.
Oh, you mean Wargaming's rules, or?
Yeah, wargaming's rules, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like a gray area for to discuss it in Discord.
I mean, the other channels would mean their official forums, I guess? Or their social medias?
Yeah, probably. But Discord...
Because it doesn't really make sense for them to be caring about Discord unless it's their own server, right?
Yeah. So we know. Right, I think... Well, I'll play one more and I'll go. Thank you for joining in.
Yeah, no problems.
Oof, and wish you all the best for Friday. Oh my god, this stream is going to run for 3 hours almost. Oh my god, that's the longest Friday Night with Wild so far, I believe.
Would it be too long for you, or you feel like is unjustifiably long?
No, I mean it's good because we got to hear some really good stories from you here. I mean, in the first half.
Oh my god! Alright, this is the first half, right?
Okay. So can I be excused for a moment? Someone knocking at my door.
Yep, sure.
Right. Sorry. Oh, I didn't show it. I got cold for for the voice, for the noise.
Right. Yeah.
Really straight. I mean, the walls in this house is so thin. Just like what?
Yeah. Like it's when it's thin, it makes it very hard to do tournaments because when you get
Yeah.
hyped up and start shouting, everybody in the
Yeah.
house can hear you.
Yeah. So.
And that's what happened to me as well. But the thing is, um, my housemate's a bit forgiving, so
Uh.
they're like they're understanding what I'm doing,
Right.
and they know I'm really emotional sometimes when I'm really into the game.
Yeah. I know.
So
I know.
they're
Right.
pretty understanding into my
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my thing is about time to call it a day really,
True.
because 3 hours
3 hours.
is
That's
really really long.
really long. Oh, I hope I don't make a mistake here. Ooh, Yaguru here. Um.
Oh, I bounced a 183. What? There's 2-1-3 in this game. Look at it.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, and then Yaguru. My God.
It's all big alpha boys out. Oh, I whiffed again.
Yeah. How about I hit that Yaguru? So, Oh, you
140's
guys.
gonna.
Yeah,
We're
these
okay
guys shouldn't
this
down
side.
the i7. Yeah. Yeah, you guys. You are fine.
We're chewing him down, but the other side's not really.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with where I am, so it's fine. I'm holding the TD soft, so it's good.
No, 140 though. 140 just died.
Oh. Yeah, but we have the number advantage, so it's good. Shit.
It makes it very hard to push now because of the i7 in front of me.
Alright, no. 70 HE shell, oh my god. Let's see if I can shoot that Death Star. Oh, that was fun. Oh, good shell.
Actually, I assume we crack open this side a bit. And now all of a sudden, people start
Yeah.
dying.
Start dying, that's not good. You're pretty low. I'm still pretty healthy.
Any chance you can take the deal on the Giger?
I don't want to risk. To be honest, I want to help you. That was
Nah,
I should do.
There's really not much time there. Because I'm getting chased by the 30B. So maybe take the deal on Jaeger if you can. Along
Yeah.
with the... Since our 405 is also getting wrecked soon. If you pull back like this.
Nah, I can't.
You just got
Oh,
jumped
God.
on. You just got jumped on.
Oh no, 1 versus 3. Well, we were originally winning and now suddenly we are losing. Oh god, that's my worst nightmare.
It's pretty easy to throw mid game if you're not careful, for sure.
Well, well, I tried. I lost.
Oh, good try anyway. At least you tried, unlike
Yeah.
R183.
Oh. Oh.
He
0
did not try.
damage. That was pathetic.
And like, yeah, that's the ups and downs in Asia server. You know, you get good
Yeah.
games, you get bad games. It's just random. You never know.
Yeah, just never know. Yeah, true. Right, alright then. Thank you for joining in. Oh, that was a really long stream. But I wish you all the best.
Thank you for inviting me there.
No problem.
Yeah,
and it's the
thank you for
first
inviting me there.
and the first time that I do Friday Night Football on Asia server, so that's good. That's a nice experience that I have.
Hopefully,
see.
if there's a part, if there's a part two, make sure it's a Friday. Make sure it sticks to the topic, it sticks to the theme.
Friday. Yeah, I'll try to, but then because during November there will be Fridays. I mean, match days on Fridays. So that I want to interview players and team captains on that server to kind of like get everyone hyped up for Blitz Cup. So that's why it's going to be every Wednesday for this month at the least. So
Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
yeah. So next week, CIS region. I'll see if I can invite someone from CIS region. That would be interesting.
It's gonna be pretty hard though. You want to invite.
It's going to be. Let's see if I can get over Josh, but
because it's gonna take a lot. Like I don't. Yeah, it's actually gonna be very very hard. Like because last time
very
I
hard.
met
Yeah.
with Josh, because the last time I meet with Josh, I do this. It does not give me the impression that he can speak a lot of English, but he does understand. Like I think he does understand basic like um. I think he does understand
Basic
very
vocab.
basic English. For example, like last year's Twister, before we started game, we did a handshake each other with each other.
Yes.
So we just try to show respect, and show respect, show some acknowledgement of that,
Yeah.
So he definitely knows what he definitely understand that, but I think if in terms of being an interview, I think it's gonna be a bit hard. But
yeah.
Good luck being able to finally are you guys interview because it's gonna be very hyped up for RU because RU is a very competitive scene.
True. And obviously EU server will find people for the interview, and then finally NA server, which is going to be interesting. That will be very late in my time, but I'll try to kind of make it so that I don't have to put it up very late, and we'll see. But
yeah, sure.
Well, thank you all who are still in the YouTube in YouTube watching this stream. I'm seeing like how many people are still watching this. 7? Yeah, 7 still watching this. So thank you for the turnout. And well, that was a really long interview. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you on Friday then. Bye for now, everyone.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.
Make sure you watch the streams, earn the keys, open boxes.
That's going to be Mnet stream and Wargaming official stream. My stream is not going to be the coin stream, so.
Right. Okay, yeah.
No problem.
So watch the stream. Watch me.
Watch the stream, yeah. Watch Maddox. So see you then. Bye. Official bye.